Bring your
Red Devil football is live for the 2018 season on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Catch every regular season and postseason contest right here at your home for Red Devil sports. With the opening kickoff quickly approaching, let's head to the booth for pregame coverage. Welcome to Western Conference play in Week 4 at the 3A level here at K. Fackrell Stadium. The Evanston Red Devils taking on the Powell Panthers tonight at 7 p.m. It was a thriller last week with Evanston getting 2 come-from-behind touchdowns to win at 35-28 on the road against Lander to move to 3-0. And tonight, Evanston tries to go through the first half of the season undefeated and, most importantly, 1-0 in the conference standings. We'll lead you up to kickoff with some great pregame coverage on this Red Devil football presentation on KNYN 99.1 with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Coming up, we will look ahead in the segment of the pregame show and let you know how we see things as we set the scene for tonight's 7 o'clock kickoff. You're listening to Red Devil Football live on KNYN 99.1 FM with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Jay Kibbard joining you for another Fall Friday night here at K. Fackrell Stadium, where we have the Red Devils hosting the Powell Panthers in the opening week of conference play. We've got matchups all around the state, but none more intriguing than the one right here as the number 3 ranked Red Devils try to hold out and hold off the Panthers, who 1 week ago knocked off the then number 3 in the Wyoming Coaches and Media Poll ranked Douglas. Not since 2007 under Don Donnell has Evanston started a season 4-0. They needed to escape twice last week against Lander after the turnover bug hit hard, but a 5-touchdown night by senior tailback Tyus Cornea saved the day as the Devils rolled on to 3-0. Now it's on to conference week, where the wins and losses matter the most. These next 5 weeks will determine which 4 teams from the East and which 4 teams from the West are invited to play on for a chance to meet up in Laramie with a state title on the line. Powell is just 1-2 on the year, but their 2 losses came by 7 and 2 points. Last Friday, 7-6 was the final score between Powell and Douglas as new head coach Aaron Papich made his presence known. Kicking off in less than an hour, we have the top rusher in 3A going against the 3rd best rush defense. Powell has the size up the middle to the tune of 314-pound and 250-pound linemen Sawyer Matthew and Carson Heinen, and speed rushers to the outside in defensive end Dalton Woodward and linebacker Brody Carhue. Nobody has yet been able to hold Cornea below 200-plus yards in a single contest, so that's the key matchup that we'll be watching tonight. Through the air, Evanston senior quarterback Seth Lloyd and his arsenal of receivers have improved their chemistry every single game, and if the run game isn't there tonight, there looks to be that it could be a good opportunity to spark the offense through the air. Watch for the matchup between senior wideout Cody Smith, who leads the Devils with 9 receptions, 144 yards, and 2 scores, going up against junior cornerback Ethan Asher. Asher also the quarterback on the offensive side. Offensively for Powell, they like to load up on the run with 3 ball carriers, logging at least 25 carries through the first 3 weeks. Top among them is Brody Carhue with 42 carries for 168 yards. Tailback Kalen Groves is a dual threat in the backfield and leads the Panthers with 8 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Kickoffs tonight at 7 p.m. Let's take a look at some of the other matchups and scores across 3A. Cody and Jackson, number 1 versus number 5, kicked off 1 hour ago. It kicked off about 25 minutes ago. No update on any score there yet on Wild Preps. Cody has won 2 of the last 9 and has won the last 2 and 9 of the last 10. Number 2, Torrington is being hosted by Lander at 7 p.m. Powell, of course, at Evanston, also at 7 p.m. Green River at number 4, Star Valley. That game kicked off at 1 p.m. It is long since finished, and Star Valley is the first team to move to 1-0 in conference play. They shut out Green River on their home field 31-0. Rollins is at Douglas at 7 o'clock, and Riverton is at Worland. Worland last won in 2014 to break a 3-game skid against Riverton. You can watch those games or listen to them across the state, but you know where you want to be. You want to be right here at mylocalradio.com, where in about 34 minutes from now, Evanston versus Powell on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Forming a relationship with Trona Valley at an early age is a wise choice. We believe that learning money management skills at a young age can help set a better foundation for establishing good financial habits. Money management skills are important for financial success, whether saving or borrowing. Trona Valley offers youth loans to members under the age of 18. Our loan options are perfect for kids. They can learn the basics of borrowing, which includes interest, terms, and payments. If there are any questions along the way, we can help. Trona Valley, member NCUA.
You're invited to browse through the store at Kazine's Ace Hardware in Evanston. You'll find vacuums and cleaning supplies, everything you need for your next painting project. A full line of electrical products, bolts, screws, hand tools, power tools, bathroom fixtures, and plumbing supplies. Plus everything else you need to take care of your lawn and garden, from lawnmowers to fertilizer. Once you finish all your projects, you can sit down on the comfortable patio furniture and barbecue on your new Weber or Traeger grill that you could also find at Kazine's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Kazine's Ace Hardware on Front Street in Evanston.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
As we get closer to tonight's kickoff, as Evanston will host the Powell Panthers, we will catch back up with Jerry Carroll of the Evanston Red Devil golf team. We'll talk about Kira Sponenberg's state championship run through the 4A level and the rest of the team's performance as well as we wrap up this fall golf season. You're listening to Red Devil football pregame coverage on KNYN 99.1 FM with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Following the state tournament, I'm back with Jerry Carroll for EHS Golf, and for the second time in 3-4 years, right in that neighborhood, we've got a state champion on the girls' side. Kira Sponenberg has to go in a one-hole playoff and ends up winning it. And she said she got par, the other one got a double bogey, I think. So it was over right there, and Kira's your state champion. Going back 4 years ago to where she is now, how has her game progressed?
Yeah, we talked about that, and we used Kira as an example for our 3 freshmen who were on the trip with us. We were talking about when she came in on the second, after the first day, she was 2 strokes out of the lead for the state championship. And I told the girls, I go, look how far Kira's came. When she was a freshman, she golfed on her first tournament 160. And on the first day, she shot a 79, was in the contention for the state championship. So we just used her as an example of how far you can come in our program. And that's due to her hard work and her efforts and all that she's done over the years. But, man, it was maybe one of the more exciting state championships from watching her and all the twists and turns that state championship took. She played with just such great composure. It was unbelievable.
I could be wrong here, but I was thinking when we got our regional championship in the snow after following the state championship, wasn't Kira the alternate on those teams as a freshman shooting in the high 150, 160 range?
Yeah, and I could go back and look at that. She improved very quickly. She started at 160. She got much better very quickly. So I think by the time regionals rolled around, she had to be shooting at least probably 110s or 11s because she did a nice job. But for us, she actually had to go through a bit of adversity. She had gotten the lead after 11 holes, and that was from coming from 2 back. And what's funny about that is she's walking down the fairway. Her ball is a Titleist 3. She hits a Titleist 3 from where she thought was her ball. She walked 15 yards forward, and there was another Titleist 3. She was the only person in her group hitting Titleist 3. There was just a random Titleist 3 out there. To her credit, she says, the ball I hit was not my ball. This one is marked with my marks. I'm going to have to take a 2-stroke penalty. And so she took the 2-stroke penalty. She ends up triple bogeying instead of just bogeying that hole, and the other girl at that time took the lead. Kira was a little shook up. She had, I believe, a 4-putt on the next hole. And so instead of being in the lead by 2 or 3, she was now out of the lead by 2 strokes. So for her to come back and get in a playoff was quite remarkable.
She's ready to come back and defend her championship in the regional in the springtime because it's just a screwed up season that we have it backwards here in Wyoming. But you mentioned how far she's come, and even this year she's been winning most of her tournaments, but that was against competition that we weren't going to see at the state tournament. It was still kind of up in the air. How is she going to compete against Kelly Walsh and East both being there at the same time, or excuse me, with Kelly Walsh being there?
Yeah, all year long that's been her goal. We've talked to her because we with our young kids, we were pretty sure we weren't going to compete for a state title or top 3, and so it's been talking about her, Carrie. You got to focus and say, I want to be a state champion, and for her to realize that goal, which is such a difficult goal. I mean, we've had state champions, but to be the very best in 4A golf, you really have to work hard and have a great 2 days, and she did just that. But that's been her focus, that's been a goal, and it was one that she accomplished.
On the boys' side, we ended up outside of the top 3 and just not as good a days as you were hoping, it looks like.
Again, we had the goal. We wanted to make top 3. We knew Kelly Walsh and East were a little bit loaded these 2 years, and East playing not their home course, but of course they could go practice on as often as they could. We were going to have to shoot very well, but not out of our range. Our top shooter was Brady Hurd. He shot a 79.84, which is a good score, but we were hoping more from 74.75. We thought he was capable of that. Braxton Lind, the sophomore, 81.83, 164. Dom DeAnzi, 87.84. Not bad scores, just not particularly great scores. And a couple reasons probably. The type of golf course we played, more of a target golf course. Our kids have been playing on the Purple Sage, a great test of golf, but you have to hit the driver a long way. There's no trees. In this one, you had to hit irons a lot off the tee. You had a lot of trees. And I think the pressure got to us just a little bit. We put a lot of pressure on our kids. They put a lot of pressure on themselves to do well. And it just wasn't our best weekend. We really like to be in the top 3 in the state, just outside of it with a 4th place finish. But the boys still represented very well.
On your girls' side, you've got young girls coming up, and they were the ones that you were talking to when you said, look how far Kira's come. What's next for this program for girls that played in the fall, and you assume coming back in the spring and hopefully coming back another fall again?
I'm actually very excited about it. In the spring, we're still not going to contend for that regional championship with our girls because it's Kelly Walsh and the Trona, the 1 and 2 teams in the state, and they don't lose anybody. And our freshmen won't get great over the winter time. But what's exciting about it is we have 3 freshman girls at the same time. We went through great young ladies. I mean, you talk Callie Lunsford, you talk Taryn Mayer, you talk Lexi Cornell went crazy. You talk those three. Those 3 girls have been contenders we've had contenders for state championships and got one from Callie. Lexi takes second, Taryn's in the top 5. But they've all been different grade levels. So they're just one great one's coming in, one great one's leaving, and if we can get these girls to commit and work as hard as Kara did, which may be impossible to get them to work that hard, but if we get them, all 3 of them in the same class, sophomore, and especially by the junior and senior year, we expect to have a great team.
All right, Coach Carroll. Well, I guess you got to set your sights forward to freshman basketball in a couple of months now, don't you?
I'm always excited for basketball. I'm excited to have a little time off and maybe go hunting right now, though. But, I was driving across the state finding out what everybody did, and the football team's doing so well here at Evanston. It's a great year for that. The volleyball looks like they're going to be pretty good. Cross country, outstanding season. So looks like a great year for Red Devil sports. We feel like the Evanston team represented Evanston well, and I'm very proud of our kids and the job that they did. So go Red Devils.
Thank you to Jerry Carroll for joining us, and we'll see you again in the spring when the golf season starts up again. Next up, we will visit with the coaches of tonight's team on the Pat Fackrell Pregame Coaches Show. You're listening to Red Devil pregame coverage on KNYN 99.1 with live video streaming online at My Local Radio.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
No matter what season of the year it is, when you live in our neck of the woods, you need outdoor power equipment. With quality product lines like Stihl, Toro, and Walker, Superior Rental and Sales has what you need for every season. Everything from homeowner to professional grade products. Plus, when it comes to maintenance, you're covered. Our full-time mechanic is available for tune-ups, maintenance, chain sharpening, whatever you need. Stop in today, Superior Rental and Sales, 371 Prospector Drive, here in Evanston.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talk to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry. Just let T-Bar fix your car.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Throughout life, we celebrate the important milestones with jewelry, like graduation with a class ring, a watch for Father's Day, wedding sets for the bride and groom, a strand of pearls for your sweet 16, mother's rings to celebrate family. Commemorate these milestones working side by side with your personal jeweler at Sievers Jewelers. When you want to say, I want this moment to last forever, say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Nobody sees the game quite the same way the coaches do, so let's catch up with both of the men tonight on the Pat Fackrell Pregame Coaches Show. First up, we'll talk to Aaron Papich of the Powell Panthers, and then after that, we'll hear from Pat Fackrell to get his thoughts on tonight's game. This is Red Devil pregame coverage on KNY and 99.1 FM with live video streaming online at My Local Radio. If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today. Joined by first-year Powell head coach Aaron Papich. Taking over the reins for a program's got to be quite the undertaking. We're already just about to the midway point of the season. You're 7 weeks older and wiser than you were in the first day at two-a-days. What's this experience been like so far?
It's been a lot of fun, really just trusting in this process and what we're trying to accomplish as a team. And I'm just so grateful to be around these young group of men. They've been doing a really good job, and we're excited for this opportunity today.
Your team's kind of shown to be a group of fighters so far in this season, and a narrow loss 2 weeks ago, followed by a win over Douglas. That got everyone's attention across the state. Where were you able to find success defensively against that Powell offense, or against that Douglas offense?
Yeah, well, we've been moving a lot of guys around, and we're still not sure, where our guys are the best to be successful for our team in their positions, and those are what we've been kind of figuring out lately, is just where guys are most successful. And I think that's really been helping us out. It's been giving our team a lot of confidence, and our upside's huge. We still are figuring things out, and that gives us a lot of, I think, momentum and excitement and optimism going forward. We have a lot of guys stepping in at practice and in games, and so it's a lot of fun.
Unfortunately for you, you lose Ryan Good in that game, your defensive end and an offensive lineman for you as well. You were mentioning it to me just before we started talking. That kind of really shuffles everything around. How was the week of preparation for practice trying to get guys into new spots on both the offense and defensive side of the ball?
Well, I think it's just the sport of football. I really think this is something that all teams face, and you got to overcome. But in our program, one thing we really try to preach is you got to be ready to step up. And so in our practices, we have all our guys stepping as if they're starters and doing their plays as if they're starters. And so it's one thing that I think we hang our hat on, is that our guys are able to, if their number's called, they're able to step in because they've been taking those reps and they've been practicing really hard. So it's nothing to where we're really that nervous about, because our expectations are the same for whether you're a starter, whether you're a freshman. We expect you to be able to perform, because we try to keep our system very simple, but execute at a high level.
You're at 1-2 at this point in the season. You had a 7-point loss and a 2-point loss and that 1-point win, so they've all been close games. Now you go into the conference season, and right away you get Evanston, Star Valley, Cody back to back to back. I don't know if you saw Star Valley came away with a 31-0 win in their first conference matchup. You got three of the teams that are perceived at the top, but you guys have hung with everyone. How do you feel about your team heading into this point?
Well, those are big. We call them their big E's. Those are big events. We got these teams, and they're big events, each one of these games. And so now it's basically, how are we going to respond? And we really feel that determines the outcome of the game and the outcome of our week. And so with these huge challenges, we need to respond above the line, which is intentional, on purpose, and skillful. And I feel that if we're able to do that, then we'll be successful.
All right, Coach Pavich, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
That was head coach Aaron Papich of the Powell Panthers, and we're getting closer to tonight's kickoff. Stay tuned. We'll visit with head coach Pat Fackrell in a moment on this presentation of Red Devil football on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Uintah County School District Number 1 has been committed to excellence since its beginning in 1870. This commitment is not only reflected in student education, but in our school buildings and facilities over the years. The staff at Uintah County School District Number 1 works hard to provide clean, comfortable, and safe learning environments for student learning. No matter what department you're working with, at Uintah County School District Number 1, you will always find us striving for the pathway to excellence.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515. If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
Stay right where you are as we'll talk to Red Devil head coach Pat Fackrell right after this. When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about. I'm joined by Pat Fackrell, head coach for the EHS Red Devils. First things first, last week you played a Lander team without any quit in them, and you started off quick for you, and then turnovers kind of took you out of your game. You twice had to come back from behind in the fourth quarter. All that put together, what was that game for you?
Well, I really believe our kids needed a test. I think we were tested, right to the end playing Lander. The thing that was very comforting and seeing a little bit is kind of the leadership and the maturity of our football team and the fact that they knew that they needed to play, and good teams have to find a way to win, and we were able to do that. We were kind of reestablished our run game, started to become more sound defensively, and stop making the mistakes that we were making. And when we did that, we kind of was able to kind of take the momentum back, and in that fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, kind of was able to kind of get a win. And like I said, the biggest thing was just getting our kids tested and grounded, because our schedule gets better and better and better every week.
Your offense went primarily I-back in the fourth quarter comeback. What was making that so effective?
I think it goes kind of back to what Lander, offensively we want to do what a defense gives us. And Coach Moore calling the offense kind of would really see Lander would really line up strong, and he was running weak. And so we were able to kind of establish that run game to the weak side. And when you got a kid like Tyus carrying the ball and some of those linemen that we have blocking for him, Pablo at fullback, there's a lot of mass coming downhill. And we knew that we needed to control the clock and try to whittle that clock down, especially since we were struggling defensively to get stops. And so, again, just kind of line up in the eye and pound it, let that clock run, and pick up first downs.
Taking out option guys, Tyus is currently on some record pace in the state of Wyoming very early on. And a lot of that credit goes to a big question mark coming into the season was would our line solidify? And they've certainly been tested throughout. It's not like it's been perfect all 3 games. But through those 3 contests and 3 200-yard performances, where do you feel this line has grown as a unit?
Well, I think they've really started to kind of come together. We always talk about not being 5 pennies and be a nickel, play together. And, it starts with Brendan Thompson in the middle. He's a very headsy kid. He's smart and is able to kind of get our guys going the right direction and getting bodies on bodies where we need them. Our 2 guards, we've really kind of played 4 guards right now, and that's been nice to get kids in and out of the game. If we've got an injury bug, we got a couple kids we can put in there. And then Ethan and Bridger are having a good year right now at tackles. Bridger's doing awesome stuff. And then to be able to take Riley Griggs, who is a converted fullback, and put him at tight end, we're athletic up front. And as athletic as anybody that we've played so far. And I think their speed and athleticism have helped us immensely. And then just the fact that they want to see us, again, be within our philosophy of running the ball and controlling the clock. And, they've really bought into that, and they're doing a nice job.
You're back at home this week and in conference play, taking on a team that came away with a hard-earned win a week ago, including 4 defensive turnovers. What have you seen out of Powell?
Well, they're a team that's 1-2, but a mistake here or there, they're a 3-0 ball club, or they're a 2-1 ball club. They were able to get the ball, create some turnovers last week against Douglas, and knock off a Douglas team, and so they're going to be very confident. They've got some big kids. Offensively, it's no mystery to what they do, but they do it well. And so we have to be sound defensively and get guys to the ball and stay gap sound and do our job. And that was kind of the problem that we had last week against Landers. We just didn't do those little things. So that's been a big emphasis this week. Defensively, they're running a 4-3. They'll walk a safety down in the box and kind of play some cover 1. And I know our offense has got a plan for it. And so we're just going to kind of continue to be who we are, and that's physical and run the ball to set up our pass.
Coach Fackrell, thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much.
This has been the Pat Fackrell Pregame Coaches Show, and we are getting close to tonight's kickoff. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups leading you up to that opening boot on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Receive the best service in the industry when you lease or purchase office equipment from the professional, friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions. With a guaranteed quick turnaround time, we will save you money, time, and energy with quality products and customer service that is unmatched in the industry. Serving customers in Wyoming and Utah, Mountain West Business Solutions is a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Call us today.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs.
Well, they've moved it up. Just a little bit, and we are set for kickoff. 12 minutes on the clock. 5.5 minutes before the top of the hour. And kicking off is Powell to Evanston, starting on the south end zone, retrieved at the far sideline is Cody Smith. Coming up near side, has a great space and some block from Chris Perriman. Breaks through to the 40-yard line. He's at the 50. One man to beat, it's the kicker. Stiff arms him down. 15-10, touchdown Red Devils to kick off the game. Cody Smith goes 95 yards, and the Red Devils go pay dirt 15 seconds into the game. He started on the far sideline and then moved his way to the middle of the field. Chris Perriman was the lead blocker, leading that way for Smith, and then he got a couple more blockers along the way. Powell could not handle the switch of the field. There were no flags on the field, which is what you always worry about when you have a kick returner switch from one sideline to the other. And the stiff arm of the kicker, Ashton Brewer, and it's 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jagger Mitchell, the long snapper, down to Seth Lloyd, the holder, and the kick is up by Pablo Escalante. Hits the uprights, no good. 6-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston leads it on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
Had a feeling that we needed to get back on air when I saw him lining up, and it's a good thing we didn't let that extra 30 seconds in the ad break go. They started, we're not even to 7 o'clock yet. It's 6:57, that kickoff coming at about 6:55 and 30 seconds. Cody Smith goes 95 yards from the far sideline and scores on the near sideline all the way across, and the Red Devil offense doesn't even need to get out onto the field. They're already up 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. As we welcome you in, I'm Jake Hibbert to K-Fackrell Stadium, Week 4 of the 3A Wyoming football season. The undefeated Evanston Red Devils up against the unranked 1-2 Powell Panthers, who were giant beaters a week ago, a 7-6 victory over Douglas. Pablo Escalante set up in the kickoff as Evanston now booting to the north. A high sailing kick fielded at the 7-yard line. Picked up by Canyon Gann. He drags it out near the 20-yard line. Looks like he got to the 22. First try for the Powell Panthers. Let's run you through their lineup as we never got to the Evanston offense. We'll get them next time out. Ethan Asher, the quarterback, number 3, under center. And in this, he's in the shotgun. 2 backs. Kalen Groves and Brody Caryu. Low snap, hands off to Groves, dropped down in the backfield by Brendan Thompson. And the first play of the game, Brendan Thompson from scrimmage gets a loss on the drop. Kalen Groves from the 22 back to the 18. That is a loss of 4 yards. Second down and 12. Asher, screen pass outside to the near. Completed, down to the 22-yard line, back to the initial line of scrimmage, completed to Dalton Woodward. That's his 8th reception on the year, just under 70 yards. Out to the 24-yard line is where they mark it, so a gain of 6 in all. Third down and 8. First pass from scrimmage by Ethan Asher is an 8-yard completion, and looks like Powell is going to run a lot of no huddle. Brody Caryu, the fullback, is the deep man. Drop back and scrambling out to the right, hit by Riley Griggs as he completes it to Canyon Gang. Cut into the inside and brought to the 35-yard line where he's down for a first down yardage. An 11-yard completion on 3rd down and 8, and we have a player down. Looks like he may have just got the wind knocked out of him as he's on his knees. Ball possession is placed at, wait for the official spot. Line of scrimmage was at the 24-yard line. Signaled and looks close to the 37, and that's Canyon Gann down, the guy who caught it, and now he's holding his leg, and the trainers are coming out to take a look at him. Well, it sounds like the officials' mic needs to be turned down just a hair, blowing everything out. 2 for 2 by Ethan Asher, 19 yards on those completions. Canyon Gann, that's just his 4th reception of the season through 3 games, and a personal foul, moving him forward 15 yards from the 37 out to the 48, 49 it looks like. So across the 50 after the 11-yard completion ends up being a 26-yard net gain. Gann is helped off the field, and Powell's already into that offense. We'll get you the starters when we can. Dalton Woodward, the man to the left side. Tight end in the slot is Carson Heinen. Snaps a little bit low and dropped down by Brody Caryu. He picks it back up in the backfield, breaks through one tackle, but Rigdon Wagstaff takes him down at the 35 or the 45-yard line on the second. So, and that's the other 45-yard line. So a big loss of, they'll mark it at the 46, from the 49 back to the 46. A loss of 5 yards. And the running game early on for Powell not gaining much of anything, -9 net. Through the air, it's worked pretty well for Ethan Asher. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Shotgun snap again. Asher back to throw, winds up deep, has a man open, and Johansson is thrown over his head by about 2 or 3, maybe 4 steps. Colton Johansson, your ex-receiver, coming into the game with 7 receptions, 62 yards. He's been more of a possession guy. His long of the year is just a 6-yard gain. Ethan Asher on the year, 30 of 64 on completions, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, about a 47-yard completion percentage. 3rd down and 16 at the 46-yard line. Asher takes the snap, rolls out to the right, immediate pressure, and throwing nearly intercepted by Rigdon Wagstaff. Mason Erickson, the one pressuring and hitting Asher. So he goes incomplete on the 2nd and 3rd passes, and 9:52 is where the clock stops. 4th down and 16, and just shy of the 50-yard line, should be a punt. I have Canyon Gann listed as the punter, but he's obviously off. And Kalen Groves has also punted this year. Canyon Gann with 10 punts, Kalen Groves with 5. So Groves is the man back at the 35-yard line, taking the snap and kicking deep to Angel Rodriguez. Bounces at the 12-yard line and inside the 10. A punt inside the 20 to flip field position. Evanston leads at 6-0 as Brody Carhue touches it down at the 9-yard line. But great field position for the Powell defense as the Evanston offense will come out for the first time. We'll have to get you the Evanston defensive starters and the Powell offensive starters next time. They just run too fast of an offense to get it. So let's give you some Evanston starters. No changes around the horn. Quarterback Seth Lloyd, receivers Cody Smith, Rigdon Wagstaff, Chris Perriman. At the tight end position is Riley Griggs. Running back, fullback combo, Tyus Cornea, Pablo Escalante. Cornea with 689 yards and 10 touchdowns through just 3 weeks of official play. And the offensive line, Ethan Moyer, Sean Knighton, Brendan Thompson, Jesus Quintero, and Bridger Barker from left to right. First play from scrimmage for the Evanston offense at the 9-yard line. And Seth Lloyd is back in the shotgun. Rolls out to his right, in the flats, finds Chris Perriman, just overthrows him about the 21-yard line, though. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Looks like the ball must have gone out of bounds just a little bit before where I saw it, because they have it marked at the 13-yard line, the line of scrimmage. And that's about where it initially bounced, so Angel must have let it touch out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 from the 13. Lloyd under center, Tyus Cornea, the deep back, and Angel Rodriguez in the slot position. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Under center, snap, goes pitch right side. Escalante, big block, opening up some space for Cornea out to the 15-yard line. Just a gain of 2, but it would have been a loss if not for a nice block outside by Pablo Escalante, an early candidate for the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. See Jose Echeverria, number 27, backup fullback and a linebacker for the Devils on this near sideline. He's limping a little bit and looks like he must have got shaken up either on special teams or on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd down and 7 for Evanston. They give Tyus Cornea a gain of 3 on the play. Lloyd in the shotgun. 2 backs. Takes the snap, rolls out to the left, cuts back inside, has some time to throw to the far sideline, goes high for Rigdon Wagstaff right at the 23-yard line and the marker for the first down, but it's overthrown, and the Red Devils will be 3 and out. Still holding a 6-0 lead thanks to that Cody Smith 95-yard punt or kickoff return to start off the contest. First quarter, 8:51 left on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and the punt team will come out. Tyus Cornea, the punter. On the year, he hasn't punted a whole heck of a lot. Just 3 times for an average of 37 yards or just under on the year. Punt returner back deep. Looks like Kalen Groves. Canyon Gann, once again, that normal, or Caden Abraham, that normal punt returner, kick returner. But with Gann out, Kalen Groves picks up another job. Snap is good, and the Aussie-style punt is high and away, touching down just past the 50 and taking a favorable Evanston bounce pass to the 45 and touchdown at the 44-yard line by Cody Smith. 8:40 left in quarter number 1, and let's now run through the Powell offensive starters. Ethan Asher, your quarterback, Colton Johansson, Trent Dix, and Carson Heinen, your receivers and tight end combo. Also Dalton Woodward in at receiver. He's tethered to the line to the near side. Kalen Groves and Brody Carr, your top rushers and pass receivers in the backfield. Matt Seckman, Mason Thomas, Dewey Wong, Seth Horton, and Carter Olson are your linemen. Under center for the first play, and Carhew lead blocks the snap, goes to Kalen Groves, pushing forward from 5 yards away. And a gain of 5 on first down. Finally, a positive gain gives Kalen Groves 1 yard net on 2 rushes. Pitch out left side. Kalen Groves takes the handoff, goes out to the 50-yard line, inside to the 45, and near first down territory. Should move the chains unless he stepped out just a half yard short, and it looks like they mark him at the 49. No, they will give him a first down at the 46, 45-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Jackson at the half up 21-7 over the Cody Bronx. That's our first update of the day. Handoff this time to Caden Abraham. Gains 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. Cody, your preeminent favorite to take state for a second consecutive year, but Jackson, the surprise of the season so far. Last week, just rolling over Worland 42-12. Up 21-7 at the half. 2nd down and 8. They gave him just 2 on the rush for Caden Abraham. He's back into the backfield in the place of Groves. Snap goes to Asher. Quick pressure by Bryson Davis. Hand shot out to the outside to Johansson. Catches at the line of scrimmage and gets through a tackle. Ball handed off to Carhew, it looks like. And maybe that ball was just completed to Carhew, and I conflated that, added an extra 3 side to that. That was 33, not 81. Brody Carhew with the reception. And from 2nd and 8 to 3rd and 3, a gain of 5 on the completion to Carhew. Under center, pitch left side to Kalen Groves. Stuffed up in the backfield. Thompson wraps him up, as does Escalante and Bridger Barker. Gang tackling by the Red Devils. A lot of arm tackles last week led to some problems for Evanston and letting guys for Lander get through the first line, and then you'd have to rely on the second guy to get the tackle. Good wrapping up and probably a point of emphasis for the Red Devils this week. 4th down and 5, and at the moment it looks like Kalen Groves is back to punt. Down 6-0. 8 yards past the 50. That's kind of no man's land of do you go for it or punt? And early on in the contest, Powell content with their defense, which is one of the stoutest in 3A, to try and hold the Red Devils. End-over-end punt. Rodriguez does not attempt to return it. Bounces into the end zone for a touchback, and the Evanston Red Devils will take over at the 20-yard line. Gives us a chance to take a look at the Powell Panthers defense. Ryan Good, a defensive end with 14 tackles, 3 for a loss, and 1 pass breakup on the season. A 157-pound junior is out. He's got some ligament damage suffered last week at Douglas, and that has been led to a lot of shuffling around for this Powell team. So Carter Olson steps in at defensive end. Sawyer Mouthy, he is at 314 pounds in the center of that line. Carson Heinen at 259, the other interior lineman. Dalton Woodward, 25 tackles, 5 for a loss at 162 pounds, is your left end. I formation for Seth Lloyd. Tyus the deep back. Handoff goes to Tyus, left of center. Ethan Moyer trying to get a little push on the tackle end and stuffed up at about the line of scrimmage. Tyus Cornea has been rushing for 200-plus yards in all 3 of the regular season conference games. Coming into this day, rushing yards per game, Powell is averaging 149 per game. That is good enough for third best in 3A. And we mentioned in the scene set that is going to be your key matchup of the day. The interior line, which is very large, big 75 and 48. That is by far the biggest line Evanston has seen all year long. And the offensive line inside does not get over 200 pounds. Under center on 2nd down and 7. Seth Lloyd gives the handoff back to Cornea. Big hole out to the 35, 40. Cuts in and brought down by Kalen Groves, but a first down from the 23-yard line out to the 42. A gain of 19 on the play. And finally a breakout play for this Red Devil offense. After a gain of 3, Tyus Cornea goes for 19 and has 27 on 3 carries. That was a good open up, and they got around big number 75. Mothi he's playing left of center from our vantage point. Thompson sees him to his right. 1st down and 10, ball at the 43-yard line. I formation, 1 receiver set. Angel Rodriguez takes the handoff, breaks through a tackle, cut out to the far left side, out to the 48-yard line, being drug out of bounds near the 50-yard line. Looked like it was going to be a no gain, but the strong, he's a boxer as well, Angel Rodriguez, stiff-armed, caught his balance back up, and on a spell for Tyus Cornea after that big 19-yarder. There's not much better in 3A as a second-string running back than Angel Rodriguez. Ends up with 7 yards on his first carry of the day. 2 receivers set. I formation for the Devils, 2nd and 3 right at the 49-yard line. Snap goes to Pablo Escalante. He busts right up the gut, drug a man forward that looked like Carson Heinen, who he drug forward and near the 1st down yardage marker. It will be a 1st down Evanston. 3-yard gain by Escalante on his first carry. Coming into the year, or coming into this game in week 4 of the season, there's not really a bad option to give any Red Devil. Pablo Escalante is averaging 7.6 as a fullback, yards per carry. Tyus Cornea, of course, at the top at 9.1. And Angel Rodriguez, a solid back as well at 7.4. Handoff back to Cornea. Right up the gut, spins around, pushing forward to a 1st down yardage marker, and 2 more yards for good measure from the 47 across the 50 and down inside to the 41-yard line. Another 13-yard gain by Tyus Cornea, and the Red Devils are running offensively, not really needing to use the pass game quite yet. They were stuffed up in their first offensive drive, and now in drive number 2, they've broken it open a little bit. Good speed rushers on the outside, and Dalton Woodward, and then the linebacker Brody Carhue and Caden Abraham. They've got a ton of tackles for loss, this Powell defense, but so far the Evanston run game proving superior. Pitch out right side, and that's a big hit by Carson Olson. Popped Tyus Cornea up high on the chest rack. Looked like there was some helmet-to-helmet contact in there, and on the run outside, he is stuffed up for a loss of 1 yard. Another big guy on the line, in the linebacking position that we haven't mentioned quite yet in this game. Carson Olsen, the guy on the tackle there. 6'3", 234-pound junior. Now you got Erica Roscoe for the Red Devils in the line. He's weighing in at, I think, 250, 270 area. But starters on the line for this Powell team, maybe the biggest we'll see all year long. I formation on 2nd down and 11 at the 37-yard line. Roll to the right side. Seth Lloyd overthrows Escalante, desperately trying to get rid of the ball, and it's 3rd down and 11. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. 6-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Escalante is out as Angel Rodriguez, the utility belt, the Swiss Army knife of this team, comes into the contest. He can be a halfback, a fullback, a wide receiver, a slot man, and in this case, he is the slot man to the far side. 4 receiver set, Smith and Angel Rodriguez in either side slot, Perriman and Wagstaff on the outside. Roll back, pressure comes in immediately from Heinen. Design halfback sweep, and the throw is completed and brought down shy of a first down marker by about 6 or 7 yards. Gain of 3 on the play on the halfback draw pass. 4th down for the Devils, 8 yards to go. Evanston will go for it, confident in their defense and already 37 yards away from the end zone, a little bit farther than Powell was past the 50 than when they decided to punt last time out. Ethan Moyer was coming out of the game at the line, and now he's back in. You certainly don't want to be without your left tackle on 4th down and 8. That was the first completion of the day for Seth Lloyd. 1 of 4 by my count. Timeout taken by Evanston, and we will take one as well. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
Back here out of the timeout, 2:36 left in the first quarter. 4th and 8, shotgun form, bunched up to the right side. Seth Lloyd takes the handoff, throwing deep to Chris Perriman. He was wide open. It was a little bit under and away from him at the 21-yard line as he fell to the ground. Incomplete turnover on downs at the 34-yard line. Powell will take over. Had the space, had the man. Just a missed connection between the two, and Powell takes over offensively. Jagger Mitchell out as an outside linebacker. Rigdon Wagstaff, Pablo Escalante, and Riley Griggs, your other 3. Bridger Barker in the center of the line. Bryson Davis, defensive end. Handoff right side. Those two, I think that was Carhew. Gain of 4 yards. Wait for him to pop up. It was Kalen Groves. Give him 4 yards on the rush. $13 yards on 4 carries for Groves. 2nd down and 6 at the 38-yard line. Under center, man in motion, usually means run, and it goes opposite side. Handoff to Carhew. Big space up the left side, 1st down and more to the 50, cuts through at the 40-yard line, dragging 2 men down to the 36-yard line. Finally, Cody Smith brings him down, but not after a big gain, 12 yards to the 50, plus another 14 to the 36. That's a 26-yard gain by Brody Carhew on his 2nd carry. 21 yards for Caryu. Also has 1 reception for 5. No huddle offense for Powell. Asher under center. Caryu the single back. Man in motion is Abraham. They pitch right side. Abraham the lead blocker for Caryu. Gets around the first line of defense and then blocked back up as he tries to find the edge near the line of scrimmage. Tackler was Riley Griggs right near the 36-yard line. And have a Red Devil shaken up. Might be Griggs down on the field. Have a trainer and Mike Giacchetta out to check on him. No, that's not Riley. Might be Mason Erickson. And I think that is, in fact, Mason Erickson. We'll take a break and be back in just a bit on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties.
Back here at K-Fackrell Stadium, it was Mason Erickson, and it's his right knee, it looks like. Early movement at the line and flags thrown. False start or neutral zone infraction. Powell sitting at the 36-yard line, 2nd down and 11. Maybe move back to the 37-yard line. And if the microphones were on it. False start is the call. Back him up 5 yards, 2nd down and 16. So pushes him back to the 42-yard line. And they will try it again. 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. An opening kickoff for Evanston by Cody Smith is the difference. Asher fakes a handoff, rolls back to the 50, throws a bullet and completed down the far sideline to Canyon Gang, who's back into the game. He made the first reception of the game, was hurt on that play, and now he's back. So he gets those 5 yards back plus about 8 more. 2nd down, or 3rd down and 4 the call. So a gain of 12 on the play. 36 yards for Asher. No huddle offense. Handoff up the middle and nowhere to go. 2 men stuffing up. Caden Abraham, Ethan Moyer, and Griffin Mitchell on the tackle, and loss of 2 on the play. 4th down and 5 to go. They give him a loss of 1, and Powell going for it. Defensive line for Evanston moving around. Bridger Barker up in the 2-point stance at moments, and then now back down into the 3-point. Linebackers backing up a bit. 3 receivers. Asher will throw. Hit as he does. Gann goes up the dial and catches it at the 21-yard line for a 1st down. Gain of 10 yards on the play, depending on the spot. Looked like Gann's 3rd reception. He is a special receiver, not a gigantic guy by any means. He's listed on this roster at 5'9", 153 pounds. All 3 of his receptions have been for 10 yards or more, 33 yards. Handoff left side, Gann double reverse. Kaylin Groves takes it right side at the 20, inside to the 15, and a gain of 9 yards on first down from the 24 to the 15-yard line. Maybe even just a bit back as he was pushed out at the 17-yard line. Gain of 8. Tricky play and a lot of motion. And that's the end of the first quarter. We will be back in a minute. It's 6-0 on the First Bank, on this Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
If you haven't seen the huge selection of furniture and appliances at Kazine's, you've got to stop by. Is your mattress old and lumpy? We sell mattresses. Has your dishwasher quit doing its job? We carry a full line of kitchen appliances. Does your living room furniture look like it started out in your great Aunt Vi's house?
Powell doesn't even want to wait for the quarter to end. They're already back onto the field at the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 3 motion. Handoff up the middle. Carhew in the backfield. Riley Griggs, the second man to make contact. Rigged in the third, and Brendan Thompson was your first guy, stuffing him back. The whistle blows the dead ball. Loss of at least 1 on the play, if not 2. 3rd down and 5 on the loss of 2 for Carhew. So it's been a mixed bag of results for the Evanston Red Devil line as we enter the second quarter of play. 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston special teams the difference so far, and then a missed extra point. Asher, 3rd down and 5, takes the shotgun snap, throws back a designed wide receiver draw pass. Groves with the reception, tackled from behind and then stuffed back with Pablo Escalante from the second point of contact. And again, making contact, it was Griffin Mitchell getting the leg tackle. So stopped shy of a first down, but only by 1 yard in obvious go-for-it position. 1 yard to go. I formation, Carhew and Groves, the 2 men in the backfield. 3 receiver, Gann the slot man. He's on the right side. And whistle blown. Timeout taken by Powell. 10:53 left in quarter number 2, and we will take a break and return in 30 seconds on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The Lumberyard in Evanston, Wyoming is your local IFA dealer. The Lumberyard has tons of animal feed lines and accessories to help with your farm and ranch. Since 1923, IFA has worked to manufacture and distribute the highest quality products to the agricultural community. The Lumberyard has partnered with IFA to develop product lines based on customer need. We won't sell you something that doesn't make you successful. Visit us online or at the Lumberyard today, your local IFA dealer, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
No-huddle offenses are a nightmare for a broadcaster, so with a timeout and a little bit of time taken by Powell, let's finally get you your Evanston defensive starters. Cody Smith at cornerback, along with Chris Perriman, David Baxter, and Angel Rodriguez, your safeties. Linebackers, there's 4 of them: Riley Griggs, Pablo Escalante, Rigdon Wagstaff, and for the most part, Jagger Mitchell. A little bit of Tyus Cornea and Seth Lloyd mixed in there, but those 2 skill position players, quarterback, tailback, trying to keep them healthy. On the defensive line, Brendan Thompson, Bridger Barker, and Jesus Quintero, your starters. Bryson Davis, a heavy dose of him as well. Quintero out on the left end on 4th and 1, a 3-man front, stuffed up the middle, roll out left side, design quarterback draw. And Asher beats Davis around the edge, gets through an arm tackle of Rigdon Wagstaff, and stopped just shy of the goal line on a 1st down and more yard run of at least 10, maybe more. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Are at the 4-yard line, an 11-yard gain, and a no-huddle offense on 1st down and goal. First rush for Asher. That was a design play. Caden Abraham, the tailback. Carhew, the fullback. Pitch out left side. Abraham gets it. Brendan Thompson chasing him down, but in, and it looked like he got it in. He pushes the ball in as he goes out of bounds, and Brendan Thompson is down, hopefully just upset, but looks like he may have hit a bent a foot a little bit weird and rolled an ankle perhaps. We're hoping for the least of anything. So a 14-yard rush by Asher down to the 1-yard line, and then a 1-yard push. Abraham on the pitch left side with the lead blocker of Carhue has us tied up for the moment 6-6, and Brendan Thompson still down on the far sideline. He gets up now and jogging off as the trainer's starting to come out to check on him. Good news for the Devils, as Brendan Thompson is your center and defensive end in last week's Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Player of the Game. Extra point, team in to take the lead for Powell. This Powell team, early on, you maybe think, okay, is Douglas down this year? I'd say this Powell team's pretty tough. Ashton Brewer in for the extra point. Kalen Groves has the hold down. Kick is up and through the uprights. Powell takes the lead 7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A 1-yard TD run by Caden Abraham. Then the extra point by Brewer has the difference right now. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
The band playing here at K-Fackrell Stadium, and a little bit of an ominous score for the Red Devils at the moment. The final score yesterday, or last week rather, Douglas versus Powell, 7-6. Powell made their extra point, Douglas did not, and that was the difference in the contest. Kickoff for Ashton Brewer, the difference maker with that extra point. And it's far to the right side, could go out of bounds, and see it'll drop down at the 17-yard line, picked up by Smith. He has one touchdown on the day. Inside to the 40-yard line, or to the 30-yard line rather, and brought just shy at the 29 or 28. Smith with a good kick return of about 13, 14 yards. 10:20 left in quarter number 2. And Evanston will take over once again on offense. It's been an all right day, but a turnover on downs gave Powell the chance to go pretty much flip field position, and that's exactly what they did. Scored on a 1-yard TD run by Caden Abraham and took a lead with an extra point. I formation for Seth Lloyd. Deep back is Tyus Cornea taking the handoff. Punches out right of the tackle, and a 6-yard gain to the 37-yard line. Brings up second down and short. About 10 minutes left to play. Ball is marked at the 37, so a 7-yard gain indeed. 46 yards on the day for Cornea. Does not have a reception on the year. He's a straight give me the ball and I'll run with it sort of guy. He's run very well up to this point, but relatively having some trouble against this Powell line. Delayed snap up the middle to Escalante. Fooled the defensive line. They were slow to the point of attack, and Escalante up the middle for 4 yards and a first down. Ball marked at the 41-yard line. 7 yards on 2 carries for Pablo. Cody Smith to the sideline. Off this play, Evanston in the red jerseys, white pants, red helmets with the numerals on one side, the trident on the other. 2 receiver set, eye back. Seth Lloyd under center. Griggs the tight end to the left side. And the handoff goes to Griggs' side. Tyus Cornea was ready to cut outside, but Big Mouth comes up with the tackle. 314 pounds of stoppability. Excuse me, Mothy. Sawyer Mothy. It's a name I've been having trouble with all game long. Mothy, M-O-U-T-H-E. 8:59 left, second down and 12. And I wondered coming into this contest if that big interior line would loom large over this undersized Red Devil line comparatively, offensive line that is. Brendan Thompson is in at center, so he's not missing any time. Pitch to the left side, trying to find some space. Edge got by Tyus Cornea, tiptoeing inside the front, past the 50 into the 45-yard line. You can't get it inside, so send it outside. Tyus Cornea has superior speed over most any running back or linebacker for that matter in the state, so he can get it either up the middle with his strength or to the sideline with his speed. 11 yards to the 50 and then out to the 45, add 5 more, a 16-yard gain by Tyus Cornea and a first down for the Red Devils. Man in motion is Cody Smith out to the right side. Tyus Cornea, right side handoff. Gain of 8, spinning around, getting carried and carrying Heinen. Now the drive is stalled as 3 men in on the tackle, Asher, Groves, and Heinen, but not before the forward progress will give Tyus Cornea a gain of 7 yards. Down inside the 39-yard line. The whole Panther team credited with the tackle by the announcer there. 68 yards on 9 carries for Cornea. Running game getting going a little bit again. There's been a lot of I formation stuff. This time Seth Lloyd into the shotgun. Angel Rodriguez and Cornea the tailbacks. Handoff goes to Rodriguez, and he's going absolutely nowhere. Third down and 10. A loss of 7 yards. That play was sniffed right up and down on the tackle. Matt Seckman. First recorded tackle of the year by my count. He did not have a statistical tackle the first 3 weeks of the season. Getting one there. Matt Seckman, an offensive lineman starter, 6 foot, 194-pound junior. Loss of, well, they give forward progress generous on that one. It looked like he was down right at the 10-yard marker. A flag picked up. A face mask will negate it, so that's the play that gives them, they replay it. So second down and 3. No, that's second down and inches after the face mask. I'm confused on the ruling on that a little bit, but either way, it's second down and inches. And it probably should be a first down, and the referee's calling a timeout. And no, it was Evanston calling a timeout, rather. We'll take one as well. 6-7 the score. Powell over Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy Board on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
In business since 1936, Ellingford Brothers started with 3 brothers building bridges across Wyoming. Over the years, the company has expanded into different aspects tied to construction, including ready-mix, steel fabrication, heavy hauling, hotshot services, and crushers. Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. When it comes to all things construction, come to Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Referees ran in a measurement coming into that timeout and upheld fourth down, our third down, one more time, second down and inches at the 36-yard line. Mason Erickson has his right ankle, it looks like. Okay, not a knee, it's his ankle wrapped up in ice on the bench to the near side. Under center, Seth Lloyd hands off to Cornea. Needs 1 inch and gets 4 yards, make it 5 yards, but a flag comes in the backfield. Perhaps a holding call. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, it's a first down on a gain of 5 yards or 6 yards by Cornea, and it's against the offense. So bring that back and try second down all over again. Here's the call. And a chop block is a personal foul and a 15-yard penalty. So second down and 15 for Evanston. Push the ball back to the 49-yard line, 1 yard shy of the 50. Second down and 15, shotgun form, 4 receiver set, slot man to the left and right. 1 single back, no tight end. Roll to the right side. Lloyd with time to throw. Goes deep for Cody Smith. In his hands and out at the 22-yard line. You can't throw it any better than that, and it just pops out of the hands of Smith. Would have been about a 30-yard completion down the far sideline. 3rd down and 15 to come. Not 4-down territory, and Evanston trailing this spunky and stout defensive Powell Panthers team. Last week, allowing just about 150 yards of total offense through the run in the air against Douglas, who was number 3. Powell's number 3 killers beat them last week, up on the Devils by the same score in the second quarter today. Roll back and a wide receiver, or a halfback screen pass again intended for Tyus Cornea. Goes incomplete, and 4th down. Red Devils will have to punt. Ball still spotted at the 49-yard line. A tough day throwing for Seth Lloyd. Just 1 completion. Tyus back at the 35 to punt. And Canyon Gann, who went out early and with an injury after his first reception, came back in last drive, was crucial in it. He's back to receive. Calls for fair catch at the 22-yard line with Angel Rodriguez and Cody Smith on either side, ready to knock him in the face if he doesn't. And Powell takes back over on offense. 6:34 left in the first half. Just 1 completion for 3 yards for Seth Lloyd. And that one to Tyus Cornea, his first reception of the year. Other than that, it's been a whole lot of misses on one end or the other. 8 men in the box for the Devils as they try to run this sweep right. Caden Abraham takes the sweep to the right, pushed out of bounds after a solid gain. Looks like, from my vantage point, a gain of 6. Sideline to sideline gets a little tricky of where they go out of bounds. Ball was spotted at the 23 initially, and yeah, he went out of bounds a whole lot sooner than I saw. They give him a gain of 3. Abraham with the lone touchdown for Powell. No huddle offense for Powell. Really works to their advantage, works to my disadvantage, and it seems like it's hurting the Devils a little bit as well. Shotgun form for Ethan Asher. Abraham and Carhue, the deep men. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Handoff goes to Carhue. He's best in the backfield, stuffed up, and a loss back to the initial line of scrimmage, it appears. Ball was marked at the 26-yard line and probably back to the 24 or 23. Give him a loss of 1 yard on the carry. Carhue with 18 yards on 4 carries. Bridger Barker credited with the tackle. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Heinen, the slot man, left. Look for him, big body, 6'3". Asher on the run, being chased by Escalante. Tucks and runs to the sideline. Shy of the first down territory, it appears. Knocked out by Seth Lloyd. The opposing quarterback playing at linebacker, stopping him just shy of the first down yard marker, it looked like. Or are they going to give it to him? They say he was in, and the stretch was good for a first down. Gain of 9 on Asher's second carry. This one not designed. A desperation run away from Escalante, and Asher, junior quarterback, showing a lot of speed. Low snap, handed off to Carhue over to the far side, and a gain of about 2 yards. It's not that Asher hasn't run this year. He has 20 attempts coming into the game, but 1 touchdown, just 15 yards combined coming into this season. And of course, you have to add into that effect that a sack at the high school level is negative rushing yards for a quarterback. They do give 2 yards to Carhue, so that skews things a little bit. But he's shown great speed. Handoff right side faked, and Asher keeps it himself. Spun around as he tries to go left sideline at the line of scrimmage. Gets a yard, maybe 2. They mark him for a gain of 2 yards out to the 37-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 6. 25 yards on the day, already 10 over his season total for Asher rushing. 2 tailbacks, shotgun set, 3 receivers, 2 to the far side. Johansson on the line to the left, or to the right rather. Slot man is the left, and it's the tight end Heinen. Looks left side to Heinen. Little button hook comebacker. It's completed shy of first down territory by about 2 yards. Now it would be a gutsy decision for Powell to go for it here at about the 44-yard line. They mark it at the 42-yard line, maybe 43. And they will go for it. 4th down and 2 after the pickup of 6 to Heinen. Incorrectly signaled as Johansson by the loudspeaker. But before that, Powell will take a timeout, and maybe they were just trying to see if they could get Evanston to jump offside. 4:02 left in quarter number 2. We will be back in 30. Powell leading Evanston here at K-Fackrell Stadium on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Both teams still in timeout. A 4th down and 2 situation for Powell coming up offensively. The ball is marked at the 42-yard line. They need to get it to the 44 for a first down. They came out appearing that they were going to go for it, called a timeout, so then a lot of times that'll mean they just wanted to see if they could get a team to jump off sides. And as they come out of the timeout, in fact, Kalen Groves is back to punt. Angel Rodriguez, the return man, but you have to certainly be wary of a fake. Powell leading Evanston 7-6 in week 4, week 1 of the conference season. Star Valley has already knocked off Green River 31-0 earlier in the day, and Groves does punt. It will go out of bounds at near the 30-yard line. Wait for the official spot. Last I heard, Jackson was leading Cody 21-7 at the half. That was at 7:08 p.m., so we'll see if there's any updates that have been made to that game. But, wow, if Jackson can come around and at 3-0, they went into the top 5 standings for the first time in quite some time this past week. If they can knock off number 1 Cody, then you have no choice but to say this Jackson team is for real. Cody, the defending state champions. Red Devils will take over at the 32-yard line. Shotgun form, no, under I formation. Tyus is just way back. Pitch out deep left side, and Cornea trying to find a gap from the 32. He'll get maybe a yard or 2 or maybe none. My vantage point was wrong. He loses 3. From the 32, he only gets back to the 29-yard line, a loss of 3. It was a recipe for caution coming into this week, and we mentioned it in the pregame show. You've got a big interior line for Powell. They stuff up the holes and make you think, well, like, we got to go to the outside because we can't get anything in the middle. But then you've got speed rushers at the defensive end and at the linebacker position. Not big guys, but good tacklers and guys that can get out quickly and get guys down for a loss. So after the loss of 3, a delayed handoff to Cornea right up the middle gets him back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So 3rd down and 13. Again, the score 7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Powell leading late in this first half. See now if we have any updates on the 3A level, and it's 21-7 Jackson over Cody in the 4th quarter. Torrington leading Lander in the first quarter 7-0, and Douglas currently beating Rollins 21-6 in the first. Last update, Riverton over Worland 13-6 in quarter number 2. Shotgun formation, 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Roll out to the right. The throw is in to the hands of Chris Perriman, but did he bring it down, or was it the ball and the arms trapping on the grass and ruled incomplete? Bring out the punt team. It would have been close to a first down yard on the intended pass to Chris Perriman, but not to be. 2:24 left in the ball at the 29-yard line. The Red Devils once again forced to punt. By my count, Seth Lloyd just 1 of 9 for 3 yards. The running game has not been what it has been the last 3 weeks, but you've got that big line and the fast linebackers and edge rushers, and a bad punt high in the air but not very far. A decent Devil bounce will get it just past the 50, but not much more. Touchdown by Evanston at the 49-yard line, where the Red Devils will have to defend a Powell offense that has been clicking and moving the chains as of late, and one not afraid to go for it on 4th down. The Red Devils elected to receive. That was a kick return, 90 to 95 yards, depending on where exactly Cody Smith grabbed it, for a touchdown. That is their lone score on the day. The offense has provided no assistance in the scoring column. Asher is under center, I-back formation. Pitch left side to Kalen Groves. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, running over to the far sideline, and pushes his way for a couple more. 2nd down, and wait for the mark. And 10. They give him no gain. Again, the sidelines as the season goes on, and especially to the far side with the crown field, almost invisible to my vantage point. So a no gain for Kalen Groves on his 6th carry. 21 yards for Groves on the day. Also has a 5-yard reception. Carhue, the single back, to the right of the shotgun Asher. Handoff faked and a quick pass to the outside. Looking for Gann. Picked up by Perriman. He's got nobody to beat. From the 50 to the 30, 20, 10, and the Devils are back on top by a big defensive play by Chris Perriman. 1:55, the clock stops. A 50-yard interception return by Perriman. Pick 6 time, and the Devils are back on top here on conference opening night. Chris Perriman has had a bit of a rough go at it at receiver. He just most recently was unable to take in a 3rd down and 13. That led to the Red Devils punting, but jumping a route and overcoming Canyon Gann, who was again ready to reach for it. The ball was a little bit underthrown, and Perriman came away with the ball and took it to the house. And we have a penalty that brings it back, so not quite yet. I missed the call there. But a holding call brings them back, so no touchdown, take it away. 27-yard line where they start the drive, shotgun form. You'll take it. Handoff right side, cut back by Cornea, up the middle. Big legs churning forward to the 15-yard line from the 27. 11 or 12-yard gain on the spot. Make it a 11-yard gain to the 16-yard line. 76 yards for Cornea. Either way, a big interception for Perriman, even with the penalty bringing it back. 1st down and 10 for Evanston. Ball marked at the 16-yard line. Clock stopped at 1:48, now starting to roll, or at least it's supposed to. It does at the moment. Motion man right is Smith. Handoff faked to Cornea. Quarterback keeper Seth Lloyd trying to push forward on 1st down up to the left side, and brought down for a no gain by Caden Abraham. Loss of 1 yard to the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Need to get the ball down to the 6-yard line for a first. Pistol formed. Cornea, the lone back, takes the handoff right side. Past Heinen, breaks another tackle. Keeps on his feet all the way in. Close to pay dirt, close to a 1st down. Someone lost a shoe. Cornea ripped right through a leg tackle, and I think that maybe is when he lost a shoe. See if that is Cornea's. It is. He lost a shoe when he was grabbed up by the right leg and then just ripped his way right out of it. Timeout taken by the Devils. They need their power back to have both shoes on, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. 54 left on the clock. Evanston down by 1, 7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you want to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Chris Perriman with the interception at about midfield gives the Red Devils offensive life once again. He took it to the house, but a penalty brought it back, but that wasn't on Perriman. So Chris with the interception is your early call, but we're doing it now. The Evanston Devils get back into the game as a result of this. That's your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. And Chris Perriman has just won 2 tickets to the Aspen Cinemas, courtesy of Dr. McKay Frankham. 3rd down and 2 at the 8-yard line. 2-back formation. Early movement by Escalante goes uncalled, but the handoff to Cornea gets nowhere, and it's 4th and short. 84 yards for Tyus on 13 carries. And bring it back. They lose a yard. And a timeout by the Devils, thinking about what they're going to do here. Close to a field goal position. We'll keep it right here as we're caught up on ad breaks for the first half. 34 seconds left, 7-6. You're at the 8-yard line. You trust Pablo Escalante with extra points. He's missed now 3 on the year. Those are from the 2-yard line. Back it up 6. So 5 yards plus 8, 13. You're looking at about a 23-yard field goal. I've certainly seen Pablo Escalante boot a soccer ball most of the way down a football field. Can he get one through the uprights to take a lead into the half? Or do you want to see if Tyus Cornea can get 3 yards up the gut? At all points in the season up to this, I would say give it to Cornea or Pablo Escalante on the ground. Either way, and they'll get it. But this line and edge for Powell has been tough to break so far. And I'm not sure that Evanston is totally trusting of them. Let's see what the call is. There's no Tyus on the field, so you have to think this is a field goal setup, and it looks like the Red Devils are setting up for a field goal. This is to the right hash mark, so for a right-handed kicker in Escalante, right-footed kicker, I should say, it gives him space to kind of curve it in. Most righties would probably prefer it to the right hash mark as opposed to the left. Snap, hold up, and the kick is no good, wide right. And the score stays 7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A turnover on the missed field goal, the first of the season, attempted by Pablo Escalante by 23 yards away, is no good. And Powell can take a knee or a rush, see what they can get out of here, and go into the half knowing they take over possession at the start of the third quarter. Ball started at the 20-yard line. First down and 10, 29 seconds. And victory formation, or just get to the half formation for Powell. They take a knee, and they're off to the locker rooms. 7-6, your score at the half. Powell proving tough for a second consecutive week, actually make it 4 straight. They have lost by combined points of 9. 7 week 1, 2 week 2. That was to Lander Valley. And then last week, a 7-6 win over Douglas, which was then the number 3 team in the state. And Powell got 1 fifth-place vote in the Wild Preps Coaches and Media Poll ranking. That was it. 3 points to them, and also 3 points to Douglas. One way or another, regardless of the outcome of this game, you probably think they're going to earn a little bit more respect unless Evanston comes out in a new form and runs away. But this Powell defense holding strong, and the Red Devils in search of answers, they will be kicking off to start the third quarter. We will now take a break, come back with halftime coverage next on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need them, they'll be there. Specializing in plumbing, air conditioning repairs, furnace installation and repairs, water heaters, HVAC system installation and maintenance. What's in your ductwork? Landmark Plumbing and Heating. And do your excavation work for septic systems and sewer cleaning. 307-789-8793. You'll find them in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
When you hit the bullseye playing darts, it's a great thing. When a rock hits your windshield and creates a bullseye, it's a bad thing. A small bullseye in your windshield can grow into a monster crack that covers the whole window. T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston fixes rock chips. If the rock chip in your windshield has already grown into a giant crack, T-Bar S Body Shop can fix that too. When it comes to window repair or replacement, make sure you always hit the bullseye. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call us today, 789-2639.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Forming a relationship with Trona Valley at an early age is a wise choice. We believe that learning money management skills at a young age can help set a better foundation for establishing good financial habits. Money management skills are important for financial success, whether saving or borrowing. Trona Valley offers youth loans to members under the age of 18. Our loan options are perfect for kids. They can learn the basics of borrowing, which includes interest, terms, and payments. If there are any questions along the way, we can help. Trona Valley, member NCUA.
Get a shot of the Classics as they are taking off after their performance. The marching band is next here at half, and 12 minutes put on the clock before the start of half number 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Red Devils want a little bit more time to talk about that. Currently trailing 7-6 to Powell, and this Powell defense every bit as good as advertised coming into the games, particularly on the rush, the third-ranked rush defense. And boy, when I got the two deep for Powell and I saw 259 and 314 up the middle, and then the tackles for loss on the edge, I thought, okay, they're doing pretty good, and okay, maybe their competition hasn't been the best in the state, but I think we all agree that Lander Valley, while maybe a year or two away from really being state contenders, is a tough team to play, and they lost to them 28-26. Douglas was the number 3 ranked team, and sure, okay, maybe that is a little bit of last year's rankings playing into it, but how they're showing this week, that's not a bad team either. Now, Worland, they're getting run around a little bit, but this defense averaging third best on the rush on the year and just 159 of total yards allowed last week at all to Douglas. And so far, they've been every bit as good as advertised. Now, you got to keep it relative to a degree because Keep in mind, Tyus Cornea still has 84 yards on the ground in the first half. The deal is, though, is that we've just been used to seeing him get 200-plus like it's nothing. He's been over 100 almost every single first quarter or right about. And he's had negative gains. I don't think we've seen more than one negative gain by Tyus all year long in a game. And in this so far, he's had 4 negative yardages. And actually, I didn't put that last one in. So he's at 86 yards on 14 carries. So add into that 7 yards from Angel Rodriguez, 7 yards for Pablo Escalante, and about 1 of 9 throwing for Seth Lloyd for 3 yards. You got 86 plus 10, that's 96, and then add another 7. Just add about 100 yards. That's about what Powell's given up in the game. 207 total between the run and the pass, and they lead at 7-6. The difference for Evanston, why they're not being shut out right now, is because Cody Smith had his second outstanding kick return of this season, the first of the game, and a missed extra point by Escalante. That makes the difference, and that was the difference a week ago against Douglas. 7-6 was the final. That was the score early, and that's what it stayed at. So as Powell comes out in the second half offensively, Evanston needs a stop here, and they may not get too many more chances. If they can get the passing game going, there have been holes, but we'll see if that can play out or if the pass and rush, it continues to be shut down. Jackson was leading number 1 Cody in the fourth quarter last time we checked in, and we'll see if that game has gone final. Jackson, nobody's favorite heading into this season. Cody, everyone's favorite, and it has changed. Cody has added another touchdown. They lead 27-7 over Cody. Jackson will knock them off most likely and move to 4-0 on the season. A young team a year ago that really took its lumps, apparently grown up and ready to contend. Torrington starting to pull away from Lander in quarter number 2, 27-0. Powell and Evanston, of course, 7-6. Star Valley beat Green River 31-0. Douglas over Rollins 21-6. That's the last update we got in the first quarter. And Riverton over Warland at the moment in the second, 13-6. We will take a break and come back with our standout student for the week, Kira Spanenberg, who is the newest Lady Red Devil to be a 4A state champion in golf. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Education in Wyoming has been a long-held tradition. The communities that make up Uinta County School District number 1 are committed to those traditions. Student learning, teacher and staff development, extracurricular activities for students to choose from, quality facilities that are clean and comfortable, and a transportation department that always goes above and beyond are just some of the ways we work as a community to help students succeed. Uinta County School District number 1, pathway to excellence. Spanenberg is who we're with this week, and it's pretty easy to decide why you are a state champion, the most recent state champion at Evanston High School. You kind of smile and laugh when I said that. Is it still kind of weird?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
The last state champion golfer on the girls' side that we had, I believe, was Callie Lunsford a couple of years ago. Evanston has a good history with golfers. Going back to your freshman year, I remember some of your scores, and it's always a process going from freshman to senior year. You have taken a lot off your game in those 4 years to become a state champion. Going back to your freshman year and then your sophomore and junior, what was that progression like each year trying to get better at golf?
Well, my freshman year, I was not very good. But they kind of needed me, like, just to have a girls' team. So I went all the time, just played a lot. And then, like, as years went on, I started getting a lot better and kind of understanding how to play more. And I worked really hard, especially this summer, with Chris Mulhall, one of my coaches.
You have some freshmen on your team this year, and Jerry's always like, we just got to get enough freshmen and we'll get them down. What was it like being a dancer and being a golfer in that fall season, and then having Jerry as a coach who can be a little demanding and has pretty high expectations?
Well, it's kind of hard. I go from classic practice in the morning to school to golf practice. So it's a lot. And then, you have homework and stuff too. But I'm really glad that I didn't. I wouldn't change it.
What time have you been getting up in the morning this fall?
5.
And then you have practice until probably after 5 after school?
Usually it ends at around 7, but I'd kind of stay after just so I could make sure I was going to do good.
It's probably okay then for your schoolwork that the golf season gets over in the middle of September?
I mean, probably. I'm kind of missing a lot of work.
What was that course like in Cheyenne for the state competition where you had it?
It's a shorter course, but there are a lot of trees. So, I mean, that's kind of a lot of obstacles, but I really like that course.
You knew you were having a good day and then a good second day, but then to finish the 18th hole, and I'm not sure exactly how it came in, whether she was in first or whether you came in first, to know that you were tied and then have to go to a playoff, what was that initial feeling like?
Well, the first day she beat me by 2, and then the second day we were kind of going back and forth, and then towards the end, like, I knew she was beating me by a lot, and just that last hole made us tie. I was extremely excited that I wasn't totally out of it, but I was really nervous because it all came down to one hole.
What happened on the last hole to get you back into it?
That one is a par 3 over the water, and I was on and she was on too, but she was up on this really big hill, so she ended up getting a 6 on it, and I took a 3 on it. So
that's a pretty dramatic switch around on your final hole. Yeah. Then going into a one-hole playoff, it's not like, I know sometimes they'll do 3 holes. This was a sudden death sort of situation. Which hole did they pick?
The first hole.
And what was your scout of that hole coming into the week? I know Jerry was kind of trying to mock up some of the Purple Sage holes to mimic some of the holes there. Was that one of them that you'd tried to practice coming into it?
Kind of. It's hard because, I mean, it does help you prepare, but there are different courses. But I really like that hole, and everything kind of turned out all right.
Now you get to kind of shift over to Classics. How has this season been in your senior year?
It's been going pretty good. We have had a couple performances so far, but we still have homecoming and state and a lot of big ones left.
Yeah, you've had the home football game, but homecoming's the big one, and also you get 4 football games at home this year as opposed to last year it was just 3 for the fall season. Does that give you a little more freedom for what your routines are going to be? Was it kind of tough just doing 3 last year as opposed to you normally get 4 or 5 home games?
Yeah, it's always sad when we don't have a ton of home games because you really have to narrow down which dances we're going to end up doing. So that's good that we have a little bit more.
I mentioned school earlier. How are your classes going this fall, and what do you have?
It's going pretty good so far. I'm taking a college English and college math class, and then just in kind of... Oh, I'm also taking photography, which is fun, but...
Do they give you a camera, or do you have to use your own camera?
They give us one.
Okay, so you're not having to use your iPhone?
No.
Is it English composition, English reading? What college English class is it?
English 1010.
What have you been doing in there?
A lot of reading and writing so far, but I mean, it'll probably be good once I start actually going to the class.
Yeah, I guess you probably haven't had too much time to actually worry about schoolwork. Is that at BOCES or is it online?
Well, it's that Western class, but it's taught here with Mr. Cornea.
Okay. Well, I didn't know Lex was now a college teacher as well then. I guess I remember seeing him do some work with that to get accredited or whatever it is for that. Where are you as far as going to college? Have you picked one yet? Are you still waiting? What's going on?
I have not chosen on a college yet, or kind of what I want to study in college, but I do know that I want to play college golf.
So have you put yourself out on sites for that? Have you heard anything back from any schools yet, or are you still working on that?
We're always still working on that, just trying to find out which schools I'll be allowed into. I know that my coaches are currently working on that right now.
Well, you still have a spring golf season. That's for regionals. You got to kind of go and win the regional championship now, don't you? Otherwise, that looks a little funny.
Of course.
The problem is Kelly Walsh is in your region, so you're going to have to go against that girl the same time, or one more time, aren't you?
Yeah, they have a lot of really good golfers.
I saw the top 10 for the boys more so than the girls because I knew I knew you were at the top. But yeah, it was like Kelly Walsh pretty much taking that all state. How many girls golfers did they have in that state competition?
I think they had 4 golfers that ended up all state.
Were you grouped with them, or any of them the first or second day?
Yeah, I played with Barrett Lloyd on the first day, and then I played with Nicole on the second day.
Were they intimidating? Were you right with them? Were you trying to intimidate them?
I don't know. I think I knew that they were all very good players, so I think it was just kind of, I really like playing with that competitive this.
All right, Alka-Seltzer in the mouth works for regionals. If you're foaming at the mouth, they're going to get a little nervous. So everything consider that?
I have not, but that's good to know, I guess.
Keep it in mind for the spring regionals. Kira Sponenberg, state champion EHS Lady Red Devil golfer. Congratulations and thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome back to K-Fackrell Stadium. Thank you to Kira Sponenberg, and congratulations for winning state in a playoff in what is not the first team or individual to take state. But as we mentioned, talking to Jerry Carroll pregame, it's got to be the most dramatic way you've ever seen a Red Devil take state. We have about 2.5 minutes before the start of the third quarter. Powell and Evanston both out stretching. It's a little chilly here and a little windy at the field. Pitch black and lights on. Tyus Cornea getting stretched out. You know, he's at the center of this offense, and so far today, he has been good, 86 yards on 14 carries. But that's about the totality of the Evanston offense. They have just about 14 or more offensive yards to their name to add to that, and then that's where the issue is. Evanston can't get anything through the air, and that's going to need to change in the second half because they can continue to load the box, and honestly, they don't even need to necessarily load the box with 314 and 259 pounds. What's that together? Just shy of 700 pounds up the middle. That can't be right. About 600, just shy of 600 pounds up the middle of the offense, or up the defensive line for Powell. And then good speed on the outside, and they close in. They're good gang tacklers. Red Devils will kick off to start the second half, and we'll be back with that next on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
Welcome back to K-Fackrell Stadium. Never ran you through the stats, the unofficial stats that I have in the first half. So let's start with Powell. Ethan Asher, 7 of 9 for 57 yards through the air. He's completed passes to 4, make it 5, 6 receivers. Brody Carhue with 20 yards on the ground, 5 through the air. Kalen Groves, 6 carries for 21 yards, a catch for 5 yards. Caden Abraham, 3 carries for 6 yards. Canyon Gann, 3 catches for 33. Dalton Woodward, 1 catch for 8 yards. And Carson Heinen, 1 catch for 6 yards. On the Evanston side, we did run you through them. Seth Lloyd, 1 completion, 3 yards. That going to Tyus Cornea. Pablo Escalante, 7 yards on 2 carries. 1 carry for 7 yards for Angel Rodriguez. 86 yards on the ground on 14 carries for Tyus Cornea, who comes into this week with 10 touchdowns through 3 weeks and just shy of 700 yards. He's over 700 yards on the ground after this game, but on record pace for the Red Devils. I'm still trying to track down exactly what that school rushing record is, but state records overall, Jordan Roberts of Sheridan holds it. He has 2,688 yards on the ground in 2011, followed by Theo Dawson of Jackson, 2,200 yards for Dawson. Devils kickoff to start half number 2. Pablo Escalante boots it deep, and it will go just shy of the touchback. Completed to Canyon Gann at the 0-yard line. He opts to return it and gets stuffed way shy of the 20-yard line. Not sure he even made it back to the 10. Interesting decision by Canyon Gann, who clearly has a ton of confidence in his own legs, to get through a litany of Red Devil defenders. Line of scrimmage is set up at, is that the 14-yard line? Yes, 14-yard line. Jamin Barker credited with the tackle. Asher in shotgun form at the 14 to start half number 2. 2 tailbacks, 1 to either side. Rolls out to the right, no, hands off to the left side, and is that Carew? Looks like Carew taking the carry. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. Flag is picked up, was put down and picked back up. 2nd down and 10. Make it 2nd and 9. They do give Carew 1 yard, 21 yards for Brody on the day. 7-6 as we start the 3rd quarter. Powell over Evanston. Shotgun form again. 3 receiver set. Slot man left. Handoff up the middle and stuffed in the backfield. Coverage blown up there. Jagger Mitchell, the tackler. Ball carrier once again, Carew, loses that yard. 3rd down and 10. Four receivers. Slot man to either side. Heinen, the left slot man. Big 6'3" receiver. Asher steps up as he gets pressured. Gets through the first line of defense. Cuts inside past Perriman. 1st down and more. And a gain of 15 yards out to the 30-yard line. Ball marked down at the 31. Gain of 16 on the play for Asher. His 3rd rush of the day. 41 yards. He came in to the week with just 15 rushing yards on the season, 1 touchdown. Rolls out right side, gives it off to Groves. Groves finds a gap as he beats the edge and brought out of bounds about the 40-yard line. They'll give him a yard shy of that at the 39. 8-yard gain for Groves. Kalen's 7th carry of the day. I form with Carew, the fullback, under center. Pitch right side. Groves drops on it as it's fumbled. And they'll lose about 7 yards and bring up 4th down. Ball marked at the 20, or at the 34-yard line. Loss of 5. 3rd down and 7. Three-man front for Evanston. Barker, the nose tackle. Tyus Cornea in at linebacker along with Griggs, Escalante, and on the right outside it's Rigdon Wagstaff. Handoff faked, roll out left side, and had Carson Heinen open up in the flats, but he's underthrown and the ball goes through his hands and down to the ground. 4th down and 7 for Powell, and that should be a punt. Angel Rodriguez comes out to return for the Devils. David Baxter replaces Seth Lloyd, who got some time at linebacker. Evanston down by 1 point, playing their skill men on the offensive side defensively as well. I talked to Coach Fackrell earlier in the week, and he said we may start seeing a little bit more Seth Lloyd and Tyus Cornea on the defensive side as the need shows itself. Good punt, flips field position, but then takes an unfortunate bounce for Powell back to about the 39-yard line of the Red Devils side. 9:52 left in quarter number 3. Evanston out for their first offensive series of the 3rd quarter. Seth Lloyd comes out to the huddle. Just 3 passing yards. Some of that's been over or under throws by his part. Some of it's been dropped passes by his receivers. Either way, the offensive passing game just has not been present for Evanston today. 2 back set straight away with Lloyd under center. Tight end to the right side. Handoff Tyus goes strong side. Gain of 3 yards, and he's hit low and at the knees. Picks up 3 yards out to the 42-yard line. Give him just 2 yards out to the 41. 2nd down and 8. I form, no, it's a pistol. Two-back set. Two receivers. Blitz coming up the middle. Handoff left side to Cornea. Can't get past Heinen. No, he does. Spins out of that, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage to the 41-yard line. He would have been stopped back for a loss of 4 yards as Heinen showing some good speed as an interior lineman. He's also a slot receiver, kind of a Rob Gronkowski type. Says he's tight end, but almost never lines up to the left or right of the tackles. 8:45 left. 3rd down and 8 for the Devils, just a half-inch shy of the 42-yard line. 89 yards for Cornea. He's the lone back behind Seth Lloyd. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Roll out right on the edge. It's completed in first down territory, but to Chris Perriman. Past the 50-yard line. They needed 7 yards, and they got 9. And no, it's incomplete. Dropped pass. Take that away. Perriman had it and then must have bobbled out on that far sideline. Again, the crown of this field kind of takes away from me what happens, especially when there's a pile. So it looked like it was in, but it dropped out. So another incompletion. It's cold and windy out, but Evanston just hasn't been able to complete anything, and the Devils will have to punt. Low snap, picked up by Cornea, and he gets a good boot on it inside the 20-yard line, rolling to the 15 and down right there. So Powell takes over at the 15-yard line, down by Cody Smith, the senior receiver and cornerback for Evanston. 8:16 left in the 3rd quarter, and Powell's defense holds once again. That one, Evanston had the pass, and again, it looked good. Right decision to go there, just incomplete once again. Two receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Heinen on the line has, I think, Gann behind him. 2 backs, and the pitch goes left side to Groves. He goes up far sideline, gets a good block, out past to the 35-40, 45-50, pushed out of bounds beyond the 50-yard line between that and the 45. Gain of about 38 on the carry, depending on the spot. Ball was marked at the 15 and right to the 45. A 40-yard gain for Kalen Groves. By far the longest of any Powell rusher this year. I formation on 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. In the backfield, Carhu takes the handoff and pulled back for a loss of 4, maybe 3 yards. And the ball carrier there, not Carhu, it's Abraham. Ball marked at the 48-yard line, loss of 3. 2nd down and 13. Seth Lloyd at linebacker. Escalante, Riley Griggs, and Rigdon Wagstaff, your linebackers. 4-man front for the Devils, so 8 in the box. 1 safety set. Pitch left side to Groves. Again in the backfield. Escalante brings him down for a loss of 7. He looked to his left and then stopped and almost cowered, as thinking, uh-oh, what did I get myself into? And it's 3rd down and a mile, about 20 yards to go. See where the spot's at. It's well behind the 50 at the 47-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play. 3rd down and 19. Under center is Asher. 3 receivers. Heinen the slot man. 2 backs. Handoff up the middle, and Powell basically conceding. They hand it off to Groves, and Riley Griggs makes the tackle. Basically a no gain on that play. They give him about half a foot. 6.5 minutes left, and Powell with the lead 7-6, content to not make any mistake on that play. And they will punt. Kalen Groves, the deep man, he's been doing all the punting so far this day. It's been between him and Canyon Gann this season. Line drive punt, picked up by Perriman at the 15-yard line, turns around to the 20, 25, near to the 30-yard line, out to the 29. It was Perriman, not the return man. He was a cover man, but he saw it in the air and took advantage of it. A dangerous play. If anything wrong happened, it could have been going the other way for Powell, but 6:07 left and a nice turn around for the Devils as they get the ball at, let's see, are they going to give it to the 30-yard line? Just shy. There was a flag thrown, but it's picked up. Ball at the 29-yard line to start the drive. No tight end set as Riley Griggs comes to the sideline. Offensive coordinator Steve Moore giving Seth Lloyd some extra coaching as he comes out to the huddle. Should be at least a 3-receiver set with Rigdon Wagstaff replacing Riley Griggs. Still no passing game to speak of. It's Perriman, and it is a 2-man set. Perriman and Wagstaff. I formation, and we have a backup in at tight end. Roll back to throw on play action to the middle. Cody Smith is open at the 40-yard line. 30, 25. No one's going to catch him. A touchdown for Seth Lloyd to Cody Smith up the middle. They had Smith running on the inside almost as a tight end, and he got right up the middle, beat his man, and a touchdown for the Devils of 61 yards. Make it 71 yards for the touchdown. That'll get their passing game going, and the Devils lead it at K-Fackrell Stadium on opening week of the conference season. I believe that was pass attempt number 11, and maybe even more than that, but that's where we get completion number 2 and the first of any consequence. Cody Smith came into the game as the leading receiver and came into the season as the leading receiver. That's his 10th reception of the year. Pushes him over 200 yards in touchdown number 3. Devils will go for 2. They already missed an extra point, so trying to get a full 7-point lead back. Roll out right side, Lloyd fires, and he's picked off in the end zone. 2-point conversion, no good. The score 12-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Just a 5-point lead, something Evanston's used to, is they missed an extra point last week and then were caught in a cycle of both them and Lander going for 2. Lander would miss it, Evanston would miss it. Finally, after getting a 5-point lead for a second time in the fourth quarter, Evanston went for 2 and got it to get that final 35-28 win to move to 3-0. That's the first time since 2007. And Evanston kicks off, going from right to left, and Escalante nearly sends it through the uprights. After missing 2 extra points, maybe Escalante a little fired up. 12-7 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A 71-yard touchdown pass to Cody Smith. And Powell back out offensively. It's not like they've been a juggernaut offensively. Their game resides on their ability to stop opposing offenses. Third-ranked rush defense coming into the week. But they've got a little speed on the run, and they've got a decent passer. Ethan Asher comes in just shy of 50% on the pass completions. Man in motion is Kalen Groves, and roll out left side, passing deep to Heinen. They overthrow him, and it's 2nd down and 10. But he's got some good receivers. He's got some big guys in Heinen, quick guys in Canyon Gann. Kalen Groves, a guy that can catch a ball out of the backfield or move into a slot position as they put Abraham in a tailback or Carhue in a single back set. I think this Powell team is, after last year not being much of a team of consequence, certainly put teams on notice 1 week into the season. Or 1 week into the conference season, I should say. 2nd down and 10. Asher looking to throw again. Pocket collapses around him. He overthrows Gann. Good coverage from behind. But is there a flag on the play? No, there is not. So, yeah, uphold that call of good coverage on the far side. Looked like it was Jagger Mitchell on the cover man. That wouldn't make much sense. Maybe Cody Smith. 5:43 left in quarter number 3. Devils back on top. After taking a 6-0 lead, they get another touchdown, but no good on the extra point attempt. This one for 2, and so it's 12-7. 3rd down and 10, ball at the 20. Asher 0 for his last 2 completions and a timeout taken by Powell. 3rd down and 10 when we come back on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Evanston on top on the Impact Physical Therapy Board of Powell here at K-Fackrell Stadium on this First Bank. We'll be right back.
Forming a relationship with Trona Valley at an early age is a wise choice. We believe that learning money management skills at a young age can help set a better foundation for establishing good financial habits. Money management skills are important for financial success, whether saving or borrowing. Trona Valley offers youth loans to members under the age of 18. Our loan options are perfect for kids. They can learn the basics of borrowing, which includes interest, terms, and payments. If there are any questions along the way, we can help. Trona Valley, member NCUA.
3rd down and 10 at the 20 for Powell. All of a sudden finding themselves down and in need of some points about midway through, just past the midway point of the 3rd quarter. Week 4 of the season, we'll try to pull up some scores around the state, and I think we know what happened in that Jackson-Cody game. Unless there was a crazy finish, Cody has been knocked off as the number 1 team. Roll out to the right side and a high throw by Kalen Groves. He's the backup quarterback and tries a halfback toss to Johansson that time. Goes incomplete, and Powell forced to punt. Just 5 seconds off the clock, so 5:38 left in quarter number 3. Angel Rodriguez and Cody Smith, 2 men back to return. Groves the punter. Line drives it to the left side, touches down at the 43, and then continues to roll past the 50 and close to the 45-yard line. Ball marked out at the 46. So the Evanston offensive line leading the charge back out into the huddle. Seth Lloyd with some quick instruction this time from Steve Moore. Last time they dialed up a 71-yard touchdown pass straight up the middle, single coverage. Cody Smith was hidden somewhere right of center, and he beat his man and went all the way to the house on one play. That gave the Devils the lead. Now looking for some insurance as they're up 1 possession. Not quite. A touchdown would take the lead. They'd still be ahead with a field goal. I-back formation. Escalante a little bit farther back, maybe try to get some time to get a lead block in. Handoff goes left side of Cornea, and he goes through the center and the left guard there and pushing forward for a gain of 2 yards. Tried to get some space around Sean Knighton, but there wasn't much to be found. That interior line of Powell continues to be stout. I have Cornea unofficially with 91 yards in the game. Up to this point, he hasn't been held below 200, excluding a 0-week game in which he played far less than a total contest, and those don't count. He'll be close to 800 yards, most likely, at the end of this week, but can he get more? Can that run get going, or does the pass roll out to the left? Seth Lloyd throws up high to Rigdon Wagstaff, completed, and a foot down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 9, a first down, and maybe just a hair more. Ball marked out at the 39-yard line. Gain of 10 on the completion. Lloyd's second of the half. Rigdon Wagstaff's third, make it 4th catch of the year. That 1 yard longer than his previous long of 9 yards. I formation to the left hash mark. Devils inside Powell territory on the 39. Handoff right side on a counter play to Cornea. Drags a man on his left foot, just chugs him forward like he's got a ball and chain on it. Gets about 7 yards before he's brought down. Down to the 32-yard line. Brings him just a couple yards shy of the 100-yard mark. Second down and 2. Handoff to Cornea again. To the 30, 25, sideline. Breaks a tackle, cuts back in, but stepped out of bounds in the process at the 17, make it 18-yard line. Gain of 14 for Tyus, and there is that 100-yard mark broken over. He's at 112 in the game. First down, Evanston, and inside the red zone once again. Offense once again moving the ball. Saw this a little bit in the first quarter, and then it disappeared up until the last 2 drives. I formation, 2 receivers, tight end to the left side. Handoff Escalante up right, pushing the pile forward close to the 15-yard line. Looks like he may have gotten a yard or 2 beyond that. The end of the monkey pile, and Escalante was brought down at the 14. No, they've saved 15-yard. Give him 5 yards on the carry. That's what the announcer says. Look down the chains. It's a gain of 4. So second down and 6. Left hash mark, I formation again. Stuffed up to the left side. They counter it to the right. Cornea pushes right of tackle around Bridger Barker and pushes close towards the 10-yard line. 2 yards shy of the marker. Need to get to about the 8. Third down and 2. First down marker looks like it's about the 8-yard line. I formation. Blitz coming from the center. Handoff to Cornea. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage, but maybe a little bit of a roll forward can get him the yardage that he needs, or at least set up a 4th down and 1. Seth Horton, the first guy to come in and hit him on the left side of the pads at the waist level. 4th down and inches. It's close to a decision. Timeout taken, and I think they've got a measurement. That's an official's timeout to measure it. A gain of 2 yards, one way or another for Cornea, but is it 2 yards and an inch or a yard and 11 inches? Preliminary looks like it's about 3-4 inches short. 4th and inches. 116 yards by my tally for Cornea on 21 carries. 2:44 left in the third quarter. Lloyd looks over to Coach Moore, who sends the play into Rigdon Wagstaff. He replaces Cody Smith. That suggests this is not a passing play but a run play, as Rigdon is probably the better pass blocker out in the wide-out position, although either one, they're going to stuff it up the middle. Probably not necessary. That'd be a bigger deal if it was a toss to the left side. 9 in the box. Handoff up the middle. Cornea with the first down yardage. Past the 8, close to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Red Devils. Ball marked at the 6-yard line. He gets the 2 that he needed. Crowd getting fired back up. It was getting a little bit silent here towards the end of the first half, especially after the pick 6 ended with no points. That pick 6 by Chris Perriman, and that's your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. I formation, ball on the, let's say 7-yard line. That looks like the 5 to me. Maybe the 6. Pitch left side, Cornea cuts back in, hit hard, but he was pushed forward. It's close to a touchdown, but I think he's maybe a half-yard short. Powell, player down on the field. It's cold out there, so you can always have the possibility that it's just a stinger, but it looks like he's holding his head perhaps. And he's down. Got an injury timeout. Both sides will head to the sideline. 1:48 left in the third quarter. 2nd down and goal. Ball just shy of the goal line. Unofficial tally up to 123 yards for Cornea. And that pushes him up past 800 yards on the season in this game number 4. Still can't get a read on the player down. for the defense. We'll take a break, see if we can find anything more out as he's being attended to by the trainers and Powell coach, and be back in 30 seconds on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Still not sure on the player down as he continues to be attended to. Trainers continuing to take a look at him. Ooh, gives us an opportunity now to take a look across the state. Jackson has done it. They've knocked off number 1, who Evanston takes on next week, 27-7. So all of a sudden, that final week game gets pretty scary for the Red Devils as Jackson is undefeated, 4-0 on the year. And Cody to 3-1. The player, is that Ethan Asher being helped out? No. That's Brody Carhue, and he is being carried off the field. It's a big blow for this Powell team. He is their leading tackler as an outside linebacker, and their leading rusher as a fullback as well. First down and goal for the Devils. I formation, a half yard out from pay dirt, up 12-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Handoff right side. Tyus Cornea is in untouched. It's number 11 on the year, and another score for the Devils gives them a 2-possession lead. 18-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Do you go for one here and make it 12-2-13? Well, I don't know. They haven't got any special teams points outside of the kickoff return, which was their first touchdown and only touchdown of the first half. But they will go for a kick and be content at a 12-point lead if they can get that in. Clock stopped at 1 minute and 44 seconds. The kick is up and good by Pablo Escalante. A 1-yard score by Tyus Cornea, his 11th touchdown of the season. And the Red Devils up 2 possessions, 19-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Forming a relationship with Trona Valley at an early age is a wise choice.
You can always trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. We can repair all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation systems with ease. Sewer cleaning and septic tanks installation and servicing. We do it. Call Landmark Plumbing and Heating and ask about the on-demand water heater. You can always trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. 307-789-8793. Find us in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
19-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Red Devils set to kick off after scoring for a second consecutive possession. 1:44 left in the third quarter. And Brody Carhue just being carted off, well, by his coaches. Hand carted off at least. Takes him out. A big hole at outside linebacker and, of course, at fullback and a leading rusher on the year. Kickoff sent deep into the end zone for a touchback, and the Devils defense comes out to defend their field once again, defending the north end zone 80 yards away. Powell down 2 scores with about 14 minutes left to change that. Four-man front for the Devils. Quintero and Davis, the D ends. Barker. And it looks like Brendan Thompson, the interior lineman. 4 linebackers, 1 safety. Handoff up the middle, right side, big hole cut, and the ball stripped out. Caden Abraham had the first down, and I think he still does, but it nearly went the other way. Didn't see who got the strip out for the Devils. But the chains move, gain of 11 by Abraham, and he avoids a near disaster. Gain of 11 on the play. First down and 10, shotgun form for Asher. Handoff right side to Kalen Groves, hit hard. Escalante came down on him as Riley Griggs was wrapping him up. Gain of 3 on the play. Groves, that's carry number 11 of the day for him. $59 yards on those carries. Sticking with the shotgun, it's second down and the 35, 7 yards away. Groves again with the handoff, headed nowhere. Quintero just stiff arms Groves out of bounds. Just about a no gain. See what they give him. Move the chain, or move the marker up about half a step. Third down and 6. No Caryu is probably for the rest of the contest with how he was down and not putting any weight on either leg when he was carried off. Shep back, and Asher out to the right side has a man open on the right sideline at the 50-yard line. Catch made by Kalen Groves at the 50-yard line. Completion of 14 yards. Completion number 8 for Ethan Asher. 71 yards through the air. Near side student section not agreeing that Groves had a foot in. 19 yards for Kalen on 2 receptions. Man in motion, handoff left side to Caden Abraham. He's brought down for no gain and in the backfield. See where forward progress gets him. Riley Griggs, the tackler for the Devils on first down. Second down and 10 on a no gain. Brendan Thompson out of the huddle, or out to the sideline, out of the game rather. 3-man front, 4 linebackers, and Seth Lloyd playing safety along with Angel Rodriguez. So a 3-4 set for the Devils. Man in motion, handoff Abraham, opposite side of the motion man. Again, brought down in the backfield. Escalante, the offender this time. Loss of 1, third down and 11. (13 yards on 7 carries. Timeout taken by Powell. Discuss this one, or excuse me, end of the third quarter. Got to look over to that scoreboard side. End of the third quarter. Third down and 11 when we return in quarter number 4 on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Fourth quarter, 19-7. Third down and 10 for Powell. Gave him an extra yard. Ethan Asher rolls back. Wide receiver screen completed to Groves. Gets through one man, cuts to the right side. First down and more. Down to the 30-yard line, up the sideline. Hit hard at the 26-yard line by Cody Smith and brought down, but not before a big gain. Give him 25 yards on the completion. A little wide receiver screen, and that's the yak yardage coming into play there. All of that yards on the yak. 25 yards, first down and 10. Third completion to Kalen Groves today. First down and 10. Ball put on the ground by Abraham. He picks it up, but a loss as Jesus Quintero brings him down. Second down and 13. Abraham has been on the bad end of a lot of negative yards this day, and he's fumbled the ball at least twice, if not 3 times. Has not yet lost a ball. Second down and 13. Roll back, Asher over to the right side. Has a man on the far sideline. Just has to get rid of it. That ball going bouncing down all the way toward the ambulance way out there. Incomplete, third down and 13. Student section back into this game as we mentioned earlier. Pretty good crowd out looking down to the left and right side. Not much of an open seat anywhere. And then you got the fans on the running track around. The visiting section does not do justice. Well, who's here at K. Fackrell Stadium tonight? Third down and 13. Ball at the 30-yard line. Roll out right side. A wide receiver pass by Groves. Line drive incomplete. Intended for the quarterback, Asher. Flag in the backfield. And I think it's either going to be false start or holding, block in the back. And I think it was a dead ball penalty. Or not a dead ball penalty because it signaled that the Devils will decline it. Penalty is declined, and it's fourth down and 13. Ball still at the 30-yard line. Right hash mark and field goal attempt upcoming. Okay, so this is where it comes into play. I was watching in pregame Ashton Brewer attempt field goals. He came up just shy of a 50-yarder earlier in the game. This one would be a 48-yarder. It looked like he was about a yard shy, so I think he's technically got the distance to do it. Powell will take a timeout first, though, and discuss it further, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. See what Powell decides to do. They're down by 12 on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
I have Ethan Asher with 9 completions today for 95 yards. If he does have 9 completions, I missed the yardage on one of those and who it went to. I think it was probably Kalen Groves, but I have him being by far the leading passer on the day, but that 71-yard touchdown by Seth Lloyd put the yardage pretty close, and Lloyd with his, is that 5th touchdown of the season? Double check on that real quick, and looks like Powell's opted to punt. Thought better of the field goal attempt, and it's a fake punt. Kalen Groves out to the left side of the 35. Need to get a whole lot more, and they're not even going to come close. Turnover on downs. Evanston gets favorable field position, similar to where they would have had the field goal missed. Jagger Mitchell bringing him down and getting a hug from Pat Fackrell and Mike Fackrell, and then father Jason Mitchell, the running backs coach, coming out and congratulating Jagger on the stop as well. Rigdon Wagstaff giving him an attaboy as well. So the Devils take back over on offense at the 30-yard line. So about 8 yards worse than had the field goal missed. Of course, Powell liking the chances better of a fake punt than a 48-yard field goal attempt. I formation for the Devils here in the fourth quarter. Handoff to Cornea. Up the middle to the 35-yard line. Good stutter step for a gain of 4 yards, and Tyus has had a much better second half in finding some space than he did in the first. 129 yards. Had 86 at the half. It's just the negative yards that really compiled. He had some bigger breakout runs in that first half, but he does not have a negative carry in the third or now fourth quarter. 10 minutes left here in the final quarter. 12-point lead for the Devils. Ball marked on the 35-yard line. Second down and 6. Pitch left, right side to Cornea at the 35 into the 40. 44-yard line and a first down carry for Cornea. 9-yard pickup. 138 yards on the ground. Last week, Evanston needed a couple of scores to come from behind. They pretty much went back to what they used to do all the time, or at least 95% of the time, which was I formation. And here in the fourth quarter again today with a lead, they've gone back to old reliable. They've run a lot more I form throughout this contest than we saw the previous three in the first 3 quarters prior to Lander. Handoff fullback and nowhere to go for Escalante. He's brought down for a loss of 1 yard. Hand it to the Powell offense, or the Powell defense. They've done quite a job stopping the run or pressuring Seth Lloyd today, but it looks like at the moment there is still a ton of time to go, though. 9 minutes left. It looks like Evanston's offense is trending forward, and a score here would just about clinch it, you would think. That's depending on how much time they could take off the clock. Jackson again beating Cody 27-7 today, so they're 4-0. Jackson is, and Cody is 3-1. And I said it about a minute ago that Tyus Cornea had not had a negative yard run in the third quarter or fourth quarter, and he gets one. They're going to rule it actually a no gain, so just a no gain there, so not officially a negative run. 138 yards on, what are we up to, 25, 26, 27 carries for Cornea. 19-7 the score, 8 minutes left and 15 seconds in the fourth. And if nothing else, these runs on 3rd down and 11 have taken off a few minutes of clock time for the Devils, up 2 scores. Shotgun form, Cody Smith in motion to the left side. That's the way Lloyd rolls out. Intended for Angel Rodriguez. No, goes to Smith rather, and it's in and out of his hands. That's Cody Smith's second drop pass of the day. The one he didn't drop was the 71-yard touchdown. And it's 4th down and 11. Punt time for the Devils. Just after 9 o'clock. We mentioned Jackson's beaten Cody. Peter Gettler of Jackson returned the opening kick 90 yards for a touchdown. That's about the way we started here at K. Fackrell Stadium with a 90 to 95-yard kick return by Cody Smith. Torrington is blowing out Lander 41-0 late in the fourth quarter. Punt from Cornea nearly blocked, but he gets it away, and a lot of air under that one. Drops down at the 20-yard line and rolls to about the 15, inside the 15, and brought down a touchdown at the 14. Star Valley ran over Green River 31-0 in a 1 o'clock kickoff. Douglas has a decent lead on Rollins 28-6. It appears they will move to 3-1 and 1-0 in the conference here. And Riverton looking for their first win, leading Warland 23-12 in the third quarter. I said in the pregame there was a ton of good matchups happening this week. None better than the one we have tonight, and I think that's proven out. Now, Jackson, Cody, that's been the surprise of the day. But the best game's been right here in Evanston. First down completed at the line of scrimmage on a screen pass out to the far side. It's Johansson on the catch. He gets out to the line, at the line of scrimmage, and gains about a yard or 3. First completion to Johansson today. 2nd down and 7 yards to go. The ball marked at the 17-yard line. Drop back from Asher. Blitz coming from the blind side. Rolls out and throws down deep the field. Johansson had it in his hands. Was he able to hold on? And the answer is no. He had the ball popped out. 10th completion, that last down for Ethan Asher. Just 2 yards shy of 100 by my count. But again, I think I missed the yardage on one of those completions. 7:10, the clock stopped, 3rd down and 7. Ball marked at the 16-yard line. Shotgun form, 2 receivers, slot man left side, make it 4 receivers. Quarterback keeper, Asher, cuts in, trying to get down to the 1st down yardage. It's 4 down territory at this point, you would think, probably for Powell, or at least close to it. But they get the 7 yards necessary on the quarterback keeper by Asher. Out to the 25-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for Asher today. He drops back. Pocket collapses, tucks and runs once again. Riley Griggs coming hard from the side, wraps him up. Gain of about 6 yards for Asher out to the 34-yard line. Yeah, make it 9 yards. That is out to the 34, so that's a 9-yard gain by Asher. 60 yards on 6 carries. 6.5 left. Still a 2-score game. And still anyone's contest. It's been a great one. Snap comes in. Blitz comes right side. Bryson Davis has Asher. Forces the throw in early, and as a result, it goes incomplete. Intended man Trent Dix, the targeter, the 6'2 senior receiver, wasn't able, needed to be about 6'4 to get that pass in. That's a hurry. Defensive stat not kept in Wyoming, at least not on Wild Preps, and I don't think on the stats for any Evanston keepers as well, but that's a defensive hurry, crediting almost as good as an incompletion or a pass breakup. False start. Kalen Groves jumped early. Had a second man jump early, too. That was Langdon Langfelder. Both slot men came early, had the snap count messed up. Backs him up 5 yards, so from 3rd down and 2 to 3rd down and 7. Ball marked at the 27-yard line. Snap in the shotgun. Asher has the pocket collapse again. Tucks and runs to the right side. Still behind the line of scrimmage and throws down deep. Picked off. David Baxter picks it off at the 47-yard line. The Red Devils come up with a 2nd interception of the day after having none through the first 3 weeks. First, Chris Perriman. 2nd, David Baxter, the junior safety and backup quarterback for the Red Devils, comes up big, a pick at the 47-yard line with 6:10 left on the clock. The Red Devils' 12-point lead holds for now. That puts the offense back out, and Rigdon Wagstaff chasing quickly behind Seth Lloyd, the quarterback, with the play call in. Baxter stepping in as a starter this year after Reed Gross had another shoulder aggravation and is out for the year. Will have surgery in first week of October, hoping to get back for the Evanston Outlaws baseball season. Handoff left side, Cornea finds an edge, out for a gain of 10, maybe 11 yards. If he went out of bounds, it could be as little as 8. If he stayed in, it could be as many as 12, and it's an 11-yard gain down to the 34-yard line. Maybe a stretch to get Cornea back to 200 yards for a 4th consecutive week, but he's at 149 with 6 minutes left to play. Clock rolling after that first down. Evanston taking their time in the huddle. (19-7) the score. I formation, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Evanston inside Powell's territory, and an early jump neutral zone infraction is the look of the play based on the Evanston Red Devil offensive line. Clapping, that is the call. Neutral zone infraction. Clock continues to move. Chris Perriman with the play call in. He replaces younger brother, Casey Perriman. 5:18 and ticking away. I wish there was a play clock on that scoreboard. It's a fantastic scoreboard that we got a couple of years ago. The one thing it's missing is what's the play clock, and I don't know any school in Wyoming that has that. I formation, first down and 5. Handoff up the middle. Cornea breaks through, pushes ahead inside the 20, and then to the 15-yard line it appears. Gets hard to see at the angles here. Into the inside to the 18. First down for the Devils. Gain of about 10 yards for Cornea. Clock continues to move, 4:45. Time taken off the clock almost as important as what would be another score. The Red Devils 18 yards out. I form. Pitch left side. Cornea with a hole, cuts back in. Gets inside to the 15-yard line on his feet past the first down markers. And first down Red Devils and goal about the 7-yard line is where the pile is. Not sure where Cornea went out of bounds. Chains have yet to move. Is there a flag on the play? There could be a flag. And I think it's against Powell. No, there is no flag. They bring it down to the 9-yard line. That can't be right because that wouldn't be a first down, would it? Well, it's at the 9. Let's give them a gain of 10. 169. First down and goal. 4:14 and the clock moving. I formation, one receiver either side. Riley Griggs, the tight end, set up to the right side. Evanston's gone strong side on the runs heavily today, and they go there once more. Cornea sent back one time, sent back a second time, getting a second push from behind by his lineman, Jesus Quintero, the right guard. Cornea maybe a little shaken up. Looks like he got hit in the crown of the helmet twice there, but he doesn't show any signs of it. Pops right back up and continues to churn as the clock moves. Ball down 3 yards forward to the 6-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. Perriman in, Wagstaff out. They're just switching receivers in and out for the play calls. 3:25 left. 19-7 the score in this fourth quarter. Evanston up 2 possessions. A score here should seal it, but they're 6 yards away. Second and goal. Snap to Cornea. No surprise. He's in. Touchdown number 12 of the year, and the Red Devils put 6 more on the clock. 3:12 left in the fourth quarter. 25-7. Evanston scores once again. Tyus Cornea, 12 touchdowns on the year, his second today. He had a hole right up the middle and then got grabbed up by the legs, but you can't leg tackle Cornea because they'll just keep on churning like they did there. He never hit the ground and ended up in the end zone standing on his feet. Extra point up and good. 26-7. The Red Devils extend their lead to 19. Tyus Cornea with 2 touchdowns and 178 yards. And we'll be back in 30 seconds on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you hear Lazy Boy, Serta, and Ashley, what do you think of? Probably recliners, counting sheep, and furniture. Well, now you need to add Kazine's furniture to that thought. What about GE and Simmons Beauty Rest? Don't forget to add Kazine's furniture to that thought. Whenever you think of top-of-the-line brand-name furniture, think Kazine's furniture. From the front room to the bedroom, the kitchen to the office, Kazine's has the furniture you're looking for. Kazine's Furniture on Front Street in Evanston. Ask about 6 months, no interest, OAC. New owners, new inventory, Kazine's Furniture.
26-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, brought to you by Justin Dennis. And today's broadcast brought to you in part by Main Street Deli, located at 1025 Main Street in Evanston. Great food for great people. They also have custom-made cakes and cupcakes available at Main Street Deli. Helping bring you this broadcast at mylocalradio.com today. Kickoff for Pablo Escalante and 3:12 left on the clock. A 3-possession advantage for the Red Devils and it looks like they could be headed to 4-0 on the season and 1-0 in the conference year. Ever since Pablo Escalante missed that field goal, he's booted it into the end zone every single time. He's been mad this second half, and it's shown not just on the kicks, but some of the hits he's had defensively. 3:12 left to go, and Brody Carhew, haven't seen him since he was helped off the field, did not have weight on either legs. And it initially looked like he maybe got hit in the head. I'm not sure what the issue is, but hope for the best with him. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Shotgun form, man in motion to the right side. 4 receiver set, fake to the wide receiver, and then handoff up the middle. Is that Abraham, the deep back? Gain of about 3 yards. See if we got a look get a look at that rusher. It is Caden Abraham. Picks up 2 yards on the carry. Just 12 yards on 9 carries and 3 fumbles. 4 negative rushes for Caden Abraham today. Shotgun once again. Clock down to 2:35. 4 receivers. Man in motion is Groves. Roll back and wide receiver screen pass to the outside. Completed to Abraham. Stiff arms a man pass. The first down marker at about the 25-yard line. Or at about the 35-yard line. The ball was at the 22. Put down at the 34. Gain of 12 on the completion for Asher. That's number 11. And he is over the 100-yard mark at 110 through, I have unofficially 11 to 15. I think he's got a few more incompletions than that. Abraham's first catch of the day. Right hash mark, 34-yard line, 2:20 left. Asher rolls out as pressure comes in, gets hit, avoids 1 tackle, and then Griffin Mitchell and Bryson Davis bring him down in the backfield. A sack and a loss of about 7 yards. Second down and 17, depending on the spot. Ball at the 28-yard line. Second down and 16. And clock continuing to move under 2 minutes. Powell doing what they can, but just 1 timeout left. They realize, barring miracle here, they have run out of time today. Handoff left side. Kalen Groves gets through 1 man. Will not get through a gang tackle of the second. Bridger Barker and Riley Griggs and Met Gallegos on the tackle. No gain. Ball stays at the 28-yard line. 3rd down and 16. Groves with the 0 gain. He's at 60 yards through 13 carries. 1 touchdown at the end of the first half. Looked like it may be enough, but Evanston's offense responded in a big way in the second. Deep air it out to Kalen Groves and nearly picked off. Cody Smith knocks it down. 4th down and a mile to go. 16 yards to the first down yard marker with 59 seconds left. And that's the sort of prayer and just 1 of 3 that you needed to happen for Powell to have a chance. A game of 2 halves, and really a big difference today is just a couple of completions for Seth Lloyd. I have him unofficially at 3 for 12, but gains of 71 and 10 yards. 2 big gains for the Devils, and then that opened up the rush just a little bit. Punt on 4th down, and Evanston doesn't send anyone back to return. It rolls back to about the 24-yard line, where it is downed. 53 seconds left on the Impact Physical Therapy board. See if we hear from Coach Fackrell after this. No games tomorrow. We'll be at Red Devil Gymnasium Tuesday for Evanston versus Mountain View. And at Cody on Friday. Cody no longer undefeated. They're 3-1. Jackson 4-0. And I was going to see as we line up in victory formation if we got any other final updates on scores around the state. Most things should be final now at 9:18. Latest kickoffs come at 7 p.m. That's 1 down, and they'll just need 1 more. Fourth quarter, Douglas will come away with a win over Rollins, 42-6 the score. Already mentioned Star Valley winning and Jackson winning. Torrington well ahead of Lander, 41-0. And Riverton in the third quarter, that's the most recent update, up over Warland, 23-12. Final victory formation. Sheridan bounces back against Kelly Walsh, 30-3. After losing 2 straight, their first 2 games lost in a couple of years. That's it. Evanston wins it 26-7, the final on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And the Red Devils move to 4-0 on the season. They take on Cody next week. They take on a Mad Bronx team coming off a loss to Jackson. We'll be back with pregame coverage to wrap this one up next on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515. If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. Alright, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent from Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Evanston wins 26-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board as we welcome you back to K. Fackrell Stadium. A first half to forget. just about 100 yards of total offense. Powell stuffed up the run, relatively speaking. It's hard to contain Tyus Cornea, but when he only has 86 yards after 2 quarters of play and 4 negative gains, you know he's having a rough day. He finished with 178 on my unofficial tally on 26 carries, 2 touchdowns. That's number 11 and 12 of the year. A 71-yard touchdown up the middle from Seth Lloyd to Cody Smith. That was what changed everything around, but that was not possible without some great defensive plays to set that up and some stops by the Devils. Your Dr. McKay Franklin precision play of the game, the interception by Chris Perriman at the 50-yard line towards the end of the first quarter, or the end of the first half. That ended with no points. David Baxter pretty much sealed it with his interception, the second of the day for the Devils, as they got a couple of turnovers, much needed today against a stout and tough Powell team. We'll run you through right now your Red Devil recap. September 21st, Week 4 and Week 1 of the conference season. Evanston comes out on top of Powell 26-7. Like we mentioned, it was a tale of 2 halves. The Evanston Devils took the opening kickoff of the game. Cody Smith went about 95 yards for a touchdown to make it 6-0 after a missed extra point. Powell came back and scored on a 1-yard touchdown run by Caden Abraham, and a made extra point late in the second quarter, made it 7-6. That was the final at the end of the first half. Third quarter came around, and a 71-yard touchdown pass to Cody Smith with 5:54 left in the third. That ended up being the game winner. Again, a missed extra point attempt. That was on a 2-point conversion attempt. 1:44 left, a 1-yard touchdown run by Tyus Cornea made it 19-7. And in the fourth quarter, David Baxter intercepted at the 47-yard line to set up a 47-yard drive for the Red Devils, capped off by a 6-yard run by Tyus Cornea to make it 26-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And that is your Red Devil update, Red Devil recap for September 21st. That's it for games this week. We'll be back next Tuesday at Mountain View. We'll take a break right now and come back with either Coach Fackrell or Coach Kate Schmidt on an update while we wait for Pat. We got him in right now, so let's go ahead and bring him in. And I got a couple players here too, so give me just a second. I will undo the crowd mic and change it into a player mic. Got a full press box here. And one more piece of tape to go. And we'll be good to go. Coach Fackrell, go ahead and put the headset on, and we'll pass the mic over to Pablo Escalante and Riley Griggs joining us now. 26-7, the victory final on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And first off, Coach Fackrell, and 7-6 at the end. That defense coming in, I looked at the middle of the line. I said, that's some big boys. Yeah. And I looked on the outside, saw the tackles for loss, and thought, they got some fast guys. And in the first half, it was a struggle moving the ball. What was the switch around in the second half?
You know, honestly, for us at halftime, there wasn't a lot of adjustments other than we just had to do our job. And I think these guys would attest to that. It was everything that they kind of had offensively was stuff that we kind of gave them in a way. And offensively, we moved the ball well, but we would just kind of stall out or we wouldn't maintain a block. And so that was our big thing, was just getting our guys right. There's a lot of football to play. That's why we play 4 quarters. And 7-6 we'll battle back. That's what these young guys will do.
Pablo, first to you. You missed a extra point early, and then you missed a field goal. And the second half, it seemed like first with you were kicking, you didn't kick it anywhere but into the end zone in the second half. And then the way you were hitting guys, it looked like you were taking out a lot of your anger in that second half after those missed kicks. How was that?
Felt good. I just got to give it all for our team. We're all brothers.
You two, both on the defensive, you're on the linebackers hitting hard, but Riley, over to you for a second. You're in a job where I've got you listed, right here. I've got you on the line of tight end right there, but really you're a blocking tight end. I don't get to call your name a whole lot, but you and Pablo are really those lead blockers going to the strong side. In that second half, were you able to get a feel for those edge rushers a little bit more than in the first?
I definitely was, because I knew they were crashing down, so I know how to get off the ball a lot quicker. And so coming out of the second half, I just psyched myself up and saying I had to get there to make this play, to make it go the yardage. And so that's what I did.
Something I want to say about these 2 young guys, and I have been excited for these guys as senior years as linebackers, because the 2 guys, they're special. They're big, they're strong, they're fast. they kind of feed on each other. And not only just defensively but offensively, they don't get a lot of glamour. But we talked about it in the pregame. The one thing that we're going to be known for is playing smash mouth, physical, hit you in the mouth, and we're going to keep coming back. And I think these two really kind of set that tone because that's who they are, and they enjoy doing it, and so it's fun to watch them play.
You guys, you get a win on a tough week in opening conference play. Everything changes when it's conference play. Tonight we have Cody going down to Jackson, 27-7, the final. We have Evanston. It looked like that was maybe going to be an upset of the week, and then you guys come out and outscore them and shut them out in the second half. And then also in the west side, we've got, if I can pull it up real quick, Star Valley coming back strong, 31-0. They had a big loss to Sugar Salem earlier. You got to see this Powell team. This west side is pretty tough. Yeah. What did you learn getting into conference play? Was there anything different? Did you have to ramp it up a little bit?
I believe I definitely had to ramp it up because I knew that they were also wanting to win as much as we were, but we had to come out knowing that and just wanting to win.
Pablo?
I guess when we started, we knew that we can't just go off from what we were 4-0. That's nothing no more. Now we're 1-0. And that's how we got to keep it going.
And that's how it starts. And next week you have to go up to Cody, Coach Fackrell. How long has it been? Did you ever? It was probably before your time. Cody.
What we'll do is tonight we'll break film down. We'll watch film. I know the guys. I think that's one of the things that we've become so good at is knowing our opponent a little bit. These guys knew when it was run pass, and we're screaming it out there. And we're learning our opponent. We're learning how to study film, and Monday through Thursday is what's going to define us. And so we're going to go out and have a great week of work.
Well, once again, as we let you guys go, Riley, Pablo, 178 yards, my unofficial tally for Tyus. He gets all the glamour. You guys are the ones helping like we had the line the last time. You guys are the ones making that happen. So congratulations, and nice job showing a lot of comeback in that second half.
1-0 is what matters, right, fellas?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll call it right there. And Coach Fackrell, Riley Griggs, Pablo Escalante, thank you for joining us. And we will be back next Tuesday at about 6 o'clock, Evanston versus Mountain View on the volleyball side of things. And then for Cody next Friday, a 7 o'clock kickoff, I believe. Need to double check on that, but I believe the kickoff is at 7 o'clock. It gets a little bit hairy, and it can change from day to day as we get into these later weeks of the season. Again, 26-7, the final on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. The Red Devils outscore Powell in the second half, 20-0 to win it. We'll be back next Tuesday. Thanks for listening. Signing off from K Fackrell Stadium, I'm Jake Hibbard. We'll see you 6 p.m. Tuesday on mylocalradio.com.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Red Devil Football. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. Check out mylocalradio.com for more live and archived games from Evanston and the surrounding area. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in.